accused him of working with others to assault and obstruct police officers during the January 6th riot. His father is also facing similar charges after being arrested in Ohio. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Yeah, we're still working a crash on the turnpike now in the right lane. They moved it kind of over to the side, but it's still jamming from Sheridan there as you make your way out of Westminster. A lot of heavy stop and go on that stretch.
Yes,
E470, the toll highway northbound, north of Pena is kind of slow. That's construction work. Southbound 25 coming into downtown. A little on the sluggish side, and still a little bit of traffic coming up out of the tech center from Orchard, heading to Hampton before it opens up. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
The music we listen to all year long. The anthems that were our soundtrack for 2024.
They not like us.
And the stars who made the songs we love will all be celebrated.
Let's get it started.
March 17, live from Los Angeles. Coming back to Fox.
Be here as our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards nominees are announced tomorrow at 7 a.m.
We're in crunch time right now. The new administration will be sworn in soon. But as great as that is, that also means our enemies have days left to stir up trouble. That could mean a cyber attack, an invasion, or God forbid, a nuclear strike. So until the longtime bureaucrats are out of Washington, it's not worth taking any chances. That's why you need an emergency food supply from My Patriot Supply. Right now, they're offering $100 off their 3-month emergency food kit. It's got 2,000 calories per day for 3 whole months. Plenty to get you through even a prolonged emergency. All their food kits last for up to 25 years in storage. Plus, they come in rugged, weatherproof buckets. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com right now to order your 3-month emergency food kit. Your safety's worth it. Your security's worth it. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com to order your 3-month emergency food kit now. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Regen Revolution has helped me so much in terms of getting mobile and active again, and now they'll be helping me and you at their new location near Old Town in Arvada. It's an expanded facility, so an even better version of the great care you've come to know from Regen Revolution. The combination of regenerative medicine and more traditional treatment modalities have gotten me back to being able to play sports and exercise in ways I thought I might never do again. Learn more at regenrev.com. That's REGENREV.com.
I love it.
Join the millions already on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
It's so easy to use.
The live radio dial, presets, scan, plus lyrics, podcasts, and your favorite artist's radio.
Just type it in, and there it is.
Now it's even easier to discover what you love.
I love my presets. Adding presets is so much fun.
This looks really nice.
Just in time for the new year, the new and improved iHeartRadio app. It's everything you love about your car radio in the palm of your hand.
Very cool update. 5 stars, guys.
It's the Dan Kapla Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Wednesday at 4. Who should President Trump pardon and not pardon? And it is time to replace that hideous statue at DIA. What should take the place of old meth? Join at 4.
Yeah.
Ripped off. Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions. We got some updates coming up that are unbelievable, and we need your help today, by the way. In studio with me, John Jones Jr. We're going to dive into health insurance, and I'll tell you why. Open enrollment's almost over, and it's very important. If you have not checked what's going on with your health insurance, you do it, and I'll tell you why with John in a little bit. But here's the bottom line. We're here to help. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of, maybe a contractor, maybe a bad landlord, maybe a bad dentist. Speaking of dentist, I sat in a dentist chair last night for 2 hours getting a deep clean on my teeth. My God, when they say it's like pulling teeth, it's like pulling teeth. Now, they did a great job. I really do like the dentist. I don't want to fault them.
Mark?
Yeah, they were really good, but my goodness, there is nothing like having your mouth open for 2 hours and shot up with Novocaine. And, once that Novocaine's gone, it all just sets in. It hurts like hell. I'll put it like it is. Anybody that likes a
dentist. I'd like to call the ambulance right now.
Oh, shush it. It's my wife, Suzanne, making fun of me like usual. Now, I'll say this. There's one person I know that likes a dentist least than me. That's Kelly. My God, don't they totally sedate you when you go in for real?
I am a very big dentophobiac, and yes, I do sedation dentistry.
A dentophobiac.
Can you imagine that? You go under to get your teeth cleaned or to get a cavity?
No, it's not under. They give you a series of different pills.
Yeah.
And you start it in the morning, and then you get there, they give you a couple more pills.
Sounds horrible.
So she gets high to get her teeth done.
No, they're down.
Did you drink a bottle of wine after the pills? Did you put a little kicker on it?
No, because I'm usually have a bunch of Novocaine in. So
my God.
It's,
Oh, that's the other thing. Trying to eat with Novocaine?
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Or it's not Novocaine. Yeah, it is. No, it's lidocaine nowadays. Novocaine's the old stuff. Anyhow, 303-713-8255. We have one line open, 303 Martino. I want to talk real quick about Robin Hood Roofing from yesterday. And Dave was a sales guy. I don't know if he's the owner or who he is. We tried to reach out to these guys. Here's what happened. We had a guy call in yesterday. I think it was Clayton. It was unbelievable. This roofing company installed a roof when it was done. It was done in July. The guy comes out and looks at it and goes, "Why does it look old?" Some of the shingles, according to the caller, were all curled up and the thing looked old. That's the best way he could describe it. And by the way, we have an expert going out there from Petrali Roofing that's going to have feet on the ground and tell us exactly what's going on with this. And he's setting that appointment up today. He's going to go out, check it out. But we called up to ask. They hung up on us multiple times. I'll let you hear from Kelly, who they hung up in a second. But listen to this. The guy says, Dave apparently told Clayton it's supposed to look old. Those are asphalt shingles designed to look old. Is that not what he said, Dimitri? My God.
That's exactly what he said. And so I had a really great business idea of producing mattresses, brand new mattresses
that look
with those concentric yellow stains on them.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Oh, we designed those to look like they've been marinated on.
A used mattress, just like Clayton's roof.
So I can't wait till we have boots on the ground out there and figure out what the heck is going on with Robin Hood Roofing. But you tried to call them. We don't call them on air. We don't do that. Kelly calls offline. We say, hey, what's going on here? Would you like to come on and give your side? But apparently you're not doing anything about it. You told the guy it looks like this. But what happens when you called up, Kelly?
I did. So I called up the first time, and the gentleman, Dave, did answer. And I said, hi, I'm Kelly, calling from the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show. Immediate hang up. So then I call him back thinking maybe somehow, some way we got disconnected. He answered because I definitely heard the click of, somebody answering the phone. And then he immediately hung up again. Then he called the station, I guess to verify that we were actually the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show. So when I answered that phone, he hung up again. So then I called him back a fourth time, and then he never ever answered, and his mailbox was full, I believe.
Unbelievable. The guy won't even say anything. As soon as they said who we're calling from, it's not like we call up on the air. He knows that, and I hope he's listening now. And I know he was listening after he hung up on you 4 times yesterday. Dave, why don't you be a man and come on today and explain what shingle this is that looks old on purpose, because I damn well have never heard of anything like that in my life. And quite honestly, I'm going to go out onto a limb right now. Here I am walking out, small limb. I'm going to say you're a liar. That's what I'm going to say. Now, that's my opinion, and we're going to find out when our expert goes out to your client's house and looks at it. But hanging up and not talking to your own client is ridiculous. That's Dave at Robin Hood Roofing. And we'll have that report back from our expert with pictures. We're going to post them up, and we're going to tell everybody where you can buy shingles that make your house look old.
Hey, maybe he robs the rich to give to the poor.
Yeah.
Or the other way around, he robs the poor to give to the rich.
Or he robs, or possibly, Doc, he robs people that sell shingles that have been sitting out forever or something. I don't know what this guy does, but let's give him the opportunity to call in. There's one line open right now, Dave. Please call in, or have your boss call in if you have one, or your wife. I mean, whoever, just something. Or you know what? Don't even come on air. Just call up Kelly and tell her what's going on. Your side of the story. You're making this look extremely bad, brother. You won't talk to the customer. You won't give anything except you literally told them they're meant to look old. I've never heard of anything like that. God bless. If you want to ask Dave, if you're interested in shingles that look old, so your house looks old and they curl up, you ready? You can call Dave at 720-704-9345. You know what? There probably is somebody out there that wants that, right? I mean, who the heck knows, man? Now, Monica, this one's crazy. This happened yesterday. Monica called in, and she has a neighbor above. The neighbor above, they're in a condo, and basically was remodeling her condo above her. She somehow started water coming through the ceiling into Monica's unit. We don't know exactly what she did. I don't know if she switched out a sink or a toilet. Who knows what she did? It doesn't matter. It caused damage to the unit underneath, which is Monica's. Then it happened again. So Monica had 2 claims on her insurance. She went up to talk to the neighbor, and here's what the neighbor said. Well, I'm not going to give you any of my insurance information. That's what the neighbor told her. So Monica ended up putting it through her insurance company, and she had 2 claims. Remember, she didn't cause this damage. The other neighbor did. So after that happens, her insurance company reaches out at the renewal because she had 2 claims and said, because you put these 2 claims in, we're going to go ahead and cut you loose. We're not going to insure you anymore. And then to add injury to insult, her insurance company, I believe it was Safeco, goes after the lady's insurance company to subrogate the claim. And apparently in the HOA documents, this is a part that's mind-blowing to me. In the HOA documents, it says you can't subrogate. So if someone causes you damage that's above you or beside you in a condo, or at least in these condos, according to the HOA documents, if they don't have insurance, or if they do, let's say they do have insurance, like in this case, and you end up having to turn it into yours because the bitch above you won't give you the information, here's what happens. The other company tries to subrogate. She gets a denial letter back that says in your HOA documents, you're not allowed to do it. I sent John Fuller, attorney at law. He also fills in for us right here on the show when Tom and I can't be here. But I sent him the denial letter and the part, I believe it was a part of the HOA documents. And we talked a little about this yesterday, but we ran out of time. John Fuller, Fuller Law, I sent you that information. What do you make of this, man?
Mark, here's the basic deal. So in Colorado, we have a law. It's called what in the heck is it called here? Fancy name. It's called the Colorado Common Ownership Act. And basically the gist of that, or that particular section that comes into play here, is that associations have to maintain property and liability insurance, but the insurance company must waive by law its right to subrogate against the unit owner or any other member of their household. So what does that mean? That means if the association files a claim, the insurance company can't turn around and then individually go after an owner that caused the loss. The only exception to that is that the HOA can go after the owner for the amount of their deductible, but nothing else, not the overall claim. So that leads logically to the language that applies to issues between owners. And this particular young lady's HOA has what's called a waiver of subrogation. Now, it doesn't actually use the words waiver of subrogation, so you have to read into the declarations and the bylaws of the units. But what you'll find out is that it says if there's damage to the unit, no matter the cause, if it's caused by the person above you, below you, beside you, it doesn't matter. You have a duty to repair your unit and use your own insurance or your own funds to do that. And so the insurance company is 100% correct in saying that the language in the declaration prohibits her from going after her neighbor or upstairs neighbor, whatever you want to call it, for this damage.
Except for the deductible that she ended up paying.
Well, no. It doesn't allow an owner-to-owner claim for the deductible. That's only if the association files a claim for a homeowner's negligence. They can go after the negligent party
Oh, my God.
for the deductible. But it doesn't afford that same opportunity to a homeowner that's filing a claim and incurring a deductible. So unfortunately, John, I think Monica is up the creek, so to speak.
Yeah, but let's not forget this. Because of this woman's negligence, no matter what it is, she's getting canceled and is going to have to spend more money on insurance now because she ended up putting 2 claims in. Do you see any liability there from the woman above?
I don't. I personally don't. If the owner can't be held liable for the damage, I don't see how they're going to be held liable for some.
What happens if our caller? What happens if she didn't have any insurance? Let's pretend Monica had no insurance and the woman does it and she has no one to turn it into. What happens then, John?
Well, it says that she has to use her own funds.
Oh, my God. So if I'm in a condo, if I'm in this condo, I can jackhammer my ceiling and screw up the people below me. And this is insane, John. I know you're just giving the facts.
Applies to an intentional act. I mean, I think that might be just a little bit different. But what it says, it doesn't really make that distinction. I'll tell you what it says. If due to, I'll just summarize this. If an individual unit shall be damaged, then the owner shall, within a reasonable time, not to exceed 120 days, shall diligently pursue repair and reconstruction using any available personal insurance proceeds
Unbelievable.
And personal funds of such owner, unless the common elements are not repaired and reconstructed as provided. So it's as clear as it can be, and this is why you want to really use a good real estate attorney when you buy a condo or, townhome or something with common shared walls where you actually have an association that may dictate your rights. Because this is part and parcel of the law in Colorado. And the logic behind it is we don't want, individual units suing each other over and over. I mean, I used an example yesterday. What if somebody on the 9th floor had a leak and all 8 units below them got flooded? We don't want 8 different lawsuits going on in the midst of an association. And so, it does result in bad outcomes, and certainly it is for your caller.
It's unbelievable. She got canceled over this lady.
I understand, and she's going to have to find other insurance. Now, I don't know that you could make the exact same analogy, but there is law on the books in Colorado as it pertains to auto accidents that says the insurance company can't penalize you for filing a claim for accidents that are not your fault. And if I were involved in this, which I am not, I would go.
That's a good question. That's a good question for Compass. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is a good question for them because, the law seems to really encourage people to have insurance, but also monitors and polices the insurance companies to say, look, you can't penalize people and cancel them for claims that were not their fault.
I get it, John. John, I appreciate it. I have to get to a break here. That's John Fuller, Fuller Law. He's my attorney. He's Suzanne and I's personal attorney. Anything to do with personal injury. And he's just the best out there. John Fuller, Fuller Law, 303-597-4500. Monica, I want to have finishing thoughts with you about it. John's got an issue with the pull-behind motor. I have no idea what that means. We've got a problem with homeowners insurance and a problem with the body kit. We will have one line open shortly. 303 Martino.
Your Denver Broncos are back in the playoffs.
Touchdown,
Denver.
A moment that all of Broncos country has been waiting for. The Mile High City is ready for the final ascent because this year the climb continues.
John Fuller, Fuller Law, we just talked to him. Ironically enough, I have him up here. I'm not kidding. When Suzanne and I got T-boned by this lady coming back from Sam's Club, she was yelling at her kids in a Suburban, hit our little car. Oh, my goodness. Car was totaled, every airbag off. Suzanne had injuries. When we got back from the ER and everything settled down, first call I made was John Fuller. If you need a personal injury attorney or want to talk to one about an accident you've been in and maybe the other company, maybe you're dealing with the insurance company and it's not going right. Two things. One, don't talk to the other company. Two, call John Fuller. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. Become the banker. These are the guys that sell the annuity that I love. A 15% bonus straight up front. You get to use that bonus and grow that annuity over however many years you want. Then when you want to turn on that guaranteed income for life, that check in the mail each month for the rest of your life, you pull the trigger and you get it. I want you to call them up and ask them. Say, hey, if I put $100,000 in right now and I'm 50 years old, what does that check look like for the rest of my life when I'm 65? They're going to crunch the numbers. They're going to tell you, but it's guaranteed. You cannot lose money. It's guaranteed. Check them out at mymoneymyway.com, mymoneymyway.com.
Man, I am happy to tell you about the only realtor that made the cut for Team Dave Logan, and that is Troy Hansford. I recommend Troy because he's...
Your dad told me his hospital story at UCLA, and it was absolutely the worst story I've ever heard for a hospital. I mean, it sounded like Denver General, to be quite frank. Do you mind if I bring that up?
I guess you should ask them.
Can you ask them?
John told you the other day it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did say that?
Yeah, when you asked him, he said, yeah, that's, I don't know that he wants you to mention Day's name, but I think.
I mean, I don't know what's the, I mean, it was a horrible experience. But
well, it's just the fact they're in the hallway. They're in the bathroom. There's a homeless guy. Yeah. A homeless guy in the freaking bathroom taking a shit.
When you asked John the other day, he did not care that you brought it up. He really didn't.
It just shows you how bad it's gotten to the point. It's not just California. It's here at Denver General. I mean, think about it.
Denver General is its own animal.
It's, possibly.
It's the only hospital that's required to take in anyone.
Period.
Doesn't matter what they have.
And that's a state law?
Yes.
But Regen at UCLA Hospital, that's one of the best in the country.
One of the best in the country, but it's also LA.
I know.
The amount of people.
Doc, when you hear this story,
it's bad.
It's unbelievable, man. It's How long were they in?
Wasn't it like 5 days? Or
4 or 5 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on the last
4
night.
nights, I think.
On the last night, she got in a room with a little corner.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a partition.
Yeah.
And then your dad
in
goes
the
to use the
hallway.
restroom, and there's a homeless person. Yeah. It was like,
A homeless guy in the middle of UCLA taking a dump.
On the floor. That's the way I heard.
Welcome. You know what? For all all the hate mail I get from all you fucking liberals, no offense to you, I love you all, but my God, look what has become of us.
I was shocked that was
homeless people in UCLA. I mean, give me a break. You go to one of the best hospitals in the world for treatment. You can't even get a room. And this is pre-fire. I don't want people to think it has anything to do with the fires.
Yeah.
It's all homeless.
Yeah. It's beyond the beyonds.
Homeless and immigrants. I mean, that's what it is. And they have to take them in. And boom, you have someone going in there with the best insurance in the world, literally, the best insurance you're going to get, or a cash payer, you can't even get a room.
Yep.
They put you in a hallway. How long was she in the hallway?
She was like 4
or 5 days.
Yeah, in a hallway.
4 days, 4 nights, I think, was the...
Poor day. Poor thing. God. And your dad, I know he was just in a chair the whole time. There was nowhere he could sleep, and he just sat there and slept sitting up.
He wasn't going to leave.
Yeah.
He tried to tell him to go back to the hotel, and he wouldn't.
No, of course not. It's just nuts.
And they were like, "Can you move us?" And he's like, "It's probably going to be the same in another hospital."
I never had a client give me that story here.
Yeah. What's scary is I feel like we're just 5 to 10 years behind Cali. That's what's scary. Hopefully things change.
We'll see. Got Phil Weiser running for now.
Yeah, so he did such a great job.
He should never even have been our job.
All right, 303-713-8255. I'm a little worked up today, if you can't tell, but here's the bottom line. There's a lot of bad guys out there. I want to finish up. By the way, this hour brought to you by Frank Duran, the real estate man. Great friend of the show, great friend of Suzanne and I. In fact, I consider him a brother. And if you want the best realtor out there, I'm going to give you one stat that's amazing. You can look it up on MLS. He sells more homes for more money in 1 month than most realtors in Colorado sell in a year. I'd argue it's about most realtors sell that many in a year and a half that he sells in 1 month. He's the best out there. His negotiation skills are the best. Simple as that. Check him out at frankduranhomes.com. If your house has been on the market too long and it's not moving, it's getting stale, call Frank. frankduranhomes.com. Now, I do want to finish up real quick. I did not like what John Fuller had to say, but Monica, he's the attorney. It looks like nothing's going to happen here. I find it egregious, but that's the law in Colorado. So, and that's what you agreed to with the HOA document. So, at least we got answers on it, right? Even though it hurts.
Yeah, I hear you. I just hope I can find a company that will insure me.
Well, have you called Compass?
No, I haven't. I'd love to get their name and number.
Listen, I want you to, Suzanne, what is Compass's phone number?
303-996-9000.
303-996-9000. Call up there. Say you just had Mark tell you to call up there. They're going to search. Listen, they're going to search like 20 different companies and get you the best deal out there. Here's what I hope. I hope they actually get you better insurance for less money. The other thing I did want to ask you, did you have any other claims besides the two that this woman caused?
Only one that was the cause from the HOA external rock wall.
Yeah.
That they rebuilt, but that caused damage into my house as well.
My God, but that wasn't your fault either?
Correct.
I do want to ask Brian something. I'm going to put you back on hold. Hey, Kelly, get me Brian Burns Compass Insurance, because John was saying if it's like auto insurance, if you're in a hit and run, someone hits you, runs, and you have to turn it into your own insurance because you have no idea who they are, you're not supposed to get penalized for that. They're not supposed to up your rates. They're not supposed to cancel you. I want to find out if Homeowners is the same way, and Brian Burns, our expert at Compass Insurance, is going to find that out for us. It's just it's crazy.
It's crazy. I have had no claims
ever
on my home ever. No claims on my automobile, and my rates went up 26%.
Yeah, because of all the other claims.
Yeah, but I've never had a claim, and it still went up 26%.
Yeah, I know.
And that's with Compass.
But technically what I'm saying, Doc, is that would happen anyhow because you didn't have any claims. But if you did have a claim that wasn't due to your negligence, and then your rates went up, if they went up over that 26%, they'd be screwing you.
Right.
But it's impossible to tell. How would you ever know what they're doing?
It's crazy.
They're sneaky. They're sneaky as hell. That's the bottom line. Oh, there he is real quick. Brian Burns. Hey, automotive insurance. Brian Burns, Compass Insurance. Bottom line is automotive insurance. If a deer runs into your car and you have to put it through your own insurance, you're not supposed to get penalized by rate increases for that or getting canceled. Is that correct?
Yeah, in Colorado, they're not allowed to charge for coverage.
Thank you. How about homeowners?
Yeah, any claim can affect.
Okay, well, then this is crazy. Then this I've got to figure out. Monica, who is your carrier, by the way?
American Family.
So she's got American Family, Brian. She had two claims because the woman upstairs caused some kind of leak. So two different claims from there. And then she had another claim when they were building a retaining wall. It's a condo at the main property, the common grounds. Something happened and that caused damage to hers. So she had three claims. American Family's canceling her, and none of them were her fault. None of them. She didn't cause any of the issues.
Yeah, but what I was saying, maybe I didn't explain that correctly, or you didn't hear that right. For home claims, they do affect you. It doesn't matter if you're not at fault.
I got you. It's just auto.
comprehensive auto claim.
I got you.
But any kind of claim on the home or condo in this case.
Yep. I got you. Hey, Monica, I tried, man. I thought one more angle. I do want you to call Brian up, though. Brian, here's the bottom line. I think I would love for you if you could call us back today during the show or reach out to Kelly. I want you to talk to Monica. She'll send you the deck page, whatever you need. We'll give her the information. If you could run the numbers, I know they canceled her. I don't know what her clue report's going to look like, but can you see if you can help her out? Seriously, man.
Yeah, if there's 3 claims, it's going to take more than today to do. I would have to send it out to an excess market, but yeah.
Okay, hold on. So, Monica, that's going to be the bottom line. I'm going to put you both on hold. I got to take another break. But, Monica, I want you to call Compass, 303-996-9000 or CompassInsurance.com, 303-996-9000. Ask for Brian. Just ask for Brian. I want you to deal directly with the owner. And then as soon as you get something back, I want you to call us. All right, Monica?
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate it, too. I wish I had better news for you. I just can't believe the law is like that someone can cause damage and you get negatively affected. Your insurance company can't subrogate. You can't go after them. It just seems like a bunch of...
If she had done things differently, gone a different direction, would it have been like if dealt with the entire association to get the, like, would that have?
I don't think the association was going to do anything for her.
Really?
I don't think so,
But
John.
isn't that why the association carries insurance? Is for the owners of the condos and.
I think that's more for like common
It's
stuff,
all
like
common.
roofs.
It's the roof and stuff.
Gotcha, but not individual. That's
Right.
That's awful.
Man, it takes a lot of cojones to name your company Discount Anything when you're a contractor. The guys at Discount Bath, Chris is the owner. They're great people. They came out to our house. They gave us so many different options. You know, you can actually get rid of that old bathtub and create that into a shower. Or let's say you have a bathtub and a shower in there. Maybe you want more closet space. They can get rid of the bathtub. Bang, you have more closet space. They have lifetime warranties on all their solid shower wall systems, and they've got 5-year warranties on everything else. That's labor, materials, everything. They can do just that shower or bathroom, or tub, or they can do a complete bathroom remodel. But I want you to call them. If you've been looking to remodel, this is one of those calls you want to make. They're going to come out. They're going to talk to you. You're going to like them. They're going to give you a bid. And if you don't like it, you don't take it. Their time frame is always great as well. DiscountBath.com. I'll say it again. DiscountBath.com. Now, I want to tell you about Vestera Investments. What do? They manage property for you. They go and find a economically wonderful place in the country, a town that's booming. Then they find the right property to buy, not a fix and flip. They find a property ready to rent out. They find a manager in the area that can actually rent it out and take care of it, and you get your monthly rent payment each month. Then when you want to sell it, because of the appreciation of the area, they sell it for you. We have listeners that have done $200,000 with VesteraTurnkey.com and now have over $1 million. You got to check these guys out. VesteraTurnkey.com. God, man, Brown has this thing on 150, I think.
I know, it's warm in here.
Cranked it counterclockwise a couple of times. I don't know if it did anything.
I'm putting it on cool.
Oh, great. You just kept going around, so
well,
lost in the dial.
Look at it. You'll see. It says either negative or positive.
Yeah.
It's like it's a thermostat that was made in the 40s, even though the building was built in 2000.
That's really quaint.
How do you do that, right? Hey, I do not see Paul's email to me. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is.
What if she would have gone the litigation route first instead of...
That might have been, she's probably going to have to do that anyway.
Because in the HOA it says you can't go after.
That's right, you can't do that.
But that would
Not
be up to
crazy.
the defendant to raise that argument, and the defendant might not have the wherewithal to do it. So she can take that lady to small claims.
That's what I meant, small, yeah.
And if she,
Echo
and if
Pro
the defendant
Max.
doesn't know about this or doesn't think about raising this defense, she'll give a judgment.
Echo Pro Max.
It's not her job. Yeah, it won't be the plaintiff's job to raise a defendant's defense.
Okay, where am I gonna? I'm just gonna drop it right here, man. Oh, great. Tom, goodness gracious, if you're listening, I can't even update. Were you able to update any of the scripts?
I don't have access to scripts.
God bless. Now I'm going to have to go to my email every single time.
You want me to text him and tell him to give access to scripts?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It's not access. I need editing. I have access.
Okay.
I got read only. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Tell them I'll just append what I want to do at the very bottom. It's not like I tell him I won't even change his shit. I'll just drop my own notes at the very bottom. And you got a great update. Doc, you got any updates, sir?
I don't. Working on stuff, but nothing.
Okay. Paxlovid. Dimitri, Doc, I'm on that weight loss stuff. It's absolutely insane how well it works.
Really?
I don't think of food. I feel full all the time. I feel full before I eat. I feel full, extra full after I eat.
Here we go.
All right, 303-713-8255. By the way, this hour brought to you by waterpros.net. They have a new complete system that removes chlorine. It removes forever chemicals. It softens your water. It removes the hard water. On sale right now. This is a whole house unit. I dare you to look around on the internet right now and find a unit that does the softening and the forever chemical removal and the chlorine removal for $36.95. That is an incredible price. That is Paul the Waterman at waterpros.net. We have one of their systems in our house, and we absolutely love it. Waterpros.net. He can come out and test your water for free as well. Waterpros.net. Now, we have one line open, 303-713-8255. Holy moly. Let's go to Lawrence. He's got an issue with a body kit. 303 Martino. Hey, Lawrence, what is a body kit?
Well, it's a aftermarket tool for the car that goes around, like skirts and bumper and the hood and everything. Like,
so it makes it look fancy.
Aggressive, has that aggressive look.
All right, cool. So what happened? Where'd you purchase it?
So I purchased it online on Car ID, and it came in. I was actually at a shop, and the person that was going to do it was actually in a car accident. So it sat there for several months now. We were hoping that he would come back to work, but I guess he never did. So I had to go to a few other places. And
hey, what kind of car is this, Lawrence?
It is my dream car. It is the Knight Rider 83 Firebird.
Oh my goodness! Are you trying to make it look like Knight Rider?
No, that's theirs. I'm trying to do my own thing.
All right, so basically this 83 Firebird, when did you drop it off?
Oh, man, so I got the kit like 3 years ago.
Holy moly. I'm not even going to ask any more questions, so go ahead. Where are we at now?
So right now it's at a buddy of mine's house, and he's been trying to get it on. And I went to other places. Like I said, it doesn't drive right now because I'm doing some other things to it. And so I've been taking pictures and stuff to other places and say, hey, this is the body kit. This is where I got it from.
Yeah.
And things like that. But everyone says they need to see the actual car and the body kit.
Well, fair enough. But what's the problem right now, man?
It's just getting it on, finding someone that can actually.
Oh, you're looking for someone that can get it going for you.
Right.
Oh, that's interesting. You know what? Let's ask Sheridan Auto Tech and any listeners out there if you guys know anybody that can do it. I almost wonder if our friends at Michael's Auto Body would be a good fit for this.
I could text Michael Seta and ask him.
Would you ask him if that's something they would do? Because they're the best, man. They have worked on so many of our cars. You can't even tell they were worked on. I mean, it's that incredible. So hold on a second. Let's ask Kevin Calkin and Suzanne. We don't even got to call Kevin. Let's just reach out. Suzanne can do that. Reach out to Jeff, Kevin, and then, of course, Michael, and get their ideas. Hold on a second, Lawrence, all right? 303-713-8255. John Jones, Integra Insurance. Man, open enrollment. Let's talk about that real quick. When does it end?
Officially January 15th. If you started the process through Connect for Health Colorado, you'll have until January 17th to complete that. But officially, technically, it's January 15th. So
and who should be calling you guys right now? Let's get right down to the nitty gritty. Anybody on the exchange should be. Any employer should be. I mean, give me an idea of who should really call you before 15th.
Well, certainly, if you're an individual or family that has not made a decision yet to purchase health insurance for 2025. Definitely, please reach out.
Wait, you're talking, is there a lot of people out there that simply have no coverage?
No, probably not. I mean, most people have it done and in place by the end of the first phase of open enrollment, so December 15th for that January 1st effective date. But it's important, just double check to make sure that your
old plan didn't get modified or canceled.
Well, that it was renewed. If there were any changes to it, you do have until the 15th to ensure that you have coverage for the remainder of 2025, effective February 1st now at this point.
Well, I'd say it's even more important because if we go back a year or two, what was the one that went out of business?
Well, so we had Bright Healthcare and Friday Health Plans pretty much in the same 8-month period.
Yeah, and they both went out, and we had people call in that moved, so they weren't receiving any mail or notifications, and their coverage went away.
Well, thankfully we have a very stable market right now. All the carriers who are offering plans in our state right now have been around for a long time, and so it's not.
Here's what's amazing to me.
Circumstance like that.
There's a lot of people out there that probably don't realize. Let's say it's a couple and they've got a kid or two kids or whatever, and they're only making $40,000 or whatever. They're just, they're getting by. They have an apartment somewhere. They might not even realize what those tax credits mean. They might get coverage for almost nothing, and you can punch those numbers.
Yeah, it's true because those numbers move a little bit every single year based on how it's calculated, and so. I talked to multiple clients where they didn't get a tax credit in 2024. They are getting one in 2025. So we've made some changes there. And that's another
one of them,
point.
If it is a couple and possibly one of them is not employed now. So, and it doesn't matter if they were only a portion of the breadwinning, that could drastically change to where you get the tax credits.
Absolutely. And that's to another good point is make sure it's a lot of times for people who buy their plan through Connect for Health Colorado, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. Oh, it just auto-renews. But if there's changes to your household, if you have a child who's no longer a tax dependent, but they're still on your plan and you're getting a tax credit for them, that needs to be changed. If there's been any, certainly like you said, changes to income, things like that. So it is important every single year to go back in and make sure that the information on the application is correct.
Yeah, these guys,
everything is.
We call them every year. We usually end up staying with the same people, Suzanne and I, but you guys shop everything for us. I mean, and it's crazy not to call. It really is. You guys, let's put it this way. There's no money out of pocket, period. The insurance companies are the ones that pay you. It's not like people come out to pay for your advice. And what I love about you guys and why we personally use you for so many years, you're not like these 800 numbers. They have a reason to sell some plans. It's the bottom line. They make more in some plans than they do others. That's just the way the insurance biz goes. The people over at Integra Insurance, they have integrity. My God. God. That's the bottom line. They're going to say what's best for your family, and they'll do it every year. 303-466-5500. And any questions you have on health insurance, he's in studio with us today. Give us a call. But Integra Insurance, 303-466-5500 or IntegraInsurance.com. Call now if you haven't checked.
Thank you.
We'll hit it all. We'll hit it all day, brother. Part of. All right, this is going to be 3-banger. Yeah.
Well, did you really turn on the air conditioner?
Yeah. You're getting cold?
Yeah, I can feel it now. It feels good, but yeah.
Set it to 0. Dead middle. Doc's like, you should have seen my
He's sitting
parents.
under the vent. That's why.
Hold on. 888heating.com. I talk about them all the time. Man, is Garrett and the gang good. It is so cold right now, and it's going to get colder. Here's the bottom line. If you have any problems with your furnace, any at all, these are the people I generally call. And when it comes to AC and furnace, these are the people I call. 888heating.com is the best way to get in touch with them. You can schedule right on there. They've got extremely fair pricing. And if you need a high efficiency system, they have it. They're always going to give you an option to repair something. They're not going to try to say, oh, you've got to buy a new system because your furnace is 15, 20 years old. If they can fix it, they'll give you a bid on fixing it. They'll give you all the options. 888heating.com. Here's another company Suzanne and I have used numerous times, theartofgranite.com. You know what? Mitch Floria does it right when it comes to countertops. It could be granite, quartz, you name it, solid surfaces, synthetic. He's got a great line of cabinet sinks. Here's the bottom line. You want that kitchen to look brand new. You want that bathroom redone with beautiful countertops. They can do everything. They can give you a bid over the phone. And once again, the pricing is great. Go to theartofgranite.com. That's theartofgranite.com. Sheridan Auto Tech. Oh my goodness. Ask me, Mark, do you use them as well? Hell yeah, I do. Uncle Kevin can save you a ton of money compared to a dealership and even other shops, and his warranties are the best out there. 3-year nationwide, 36,000-mile warranty on everything they do. It doesn't matter what they do, an alternator, a starter, a brake job. If something happens when you're out of state, you'll get it handled. Check out SheridanAutoTech.com. That's SheridanAutoTech.com. Okay, deep breaths.
Yeah, you're a little amped up today.
It's that dentist shit,
I know,
man.
it just
Last
puts you in
night
a
was
bad
horrible.
mood.
No, but
I'll bet they get a lot.
exactly. We've heard the other way around.
Yeah, I mean.
I think it's equal. Don't you think it would be equal fuck-ups?
We haven't. I mean, I can't recall a time that somebody said integrity to us.
No. But I don't think they'd know.
Right. I see what you're saying.
I don't think they'd know.
What you're saying. I got you. Yeah. No,
They just think both your
it's
ads are the same, and they're dialing the phone number.
Yeah.
I don't think the other company would know either.
So yeah, open enrollment for individuals and families under age 65 ends the 15th, but there's also now an open enrollment for people on Medicare Advantage to be able to change their plan between January 1st and March 31st.
But
not to go back to supplement. No, I mean, it is the disenrollment period from Medicare Advantage to go to a supplement if you're on a Medicare Advantage, but you have to medically qualify.
Right, they denied me.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I did. Did I do Frank already, guys? Coming back
I
or
didn't
no?
hear you do a Frank Duran.
I did do one Water Pros.
Okay. I didn't hear a Frank.
Sorry, we weren't listening.
I'm going to do, because I just did it. Nah, I'm going to wait.
Okay.
I'm going to do K&H coming back.
In here, we're watching Sodom and Gomorrah burn.
That machine he's got here, man. This water thing looks incredible. The Eco Pro Max. It looks like a spaceship.
What is it?
It's it gets rid of forever chemicals, softens the water. So bimetallic compound, catalytic carbon, directional flow screen, ion exchange, resonator, and upflow regeneration.
But it won't get rid of an everlasting God.
I think that thing probably cooks dinner. What'd you say, Shannon? I wasn't on offline.
It would not get rid of an everlasting gobstopper. Ask Willie. And Mark, I said that Kelly and I are in here enjoying watching Sodom and Gomorrah burn.
What the hell's that? That's
L.A.
Isn't that biblical?
Yeah. Hey, while you're bending in half, they're praising whatever God during yoga. Why don't you crack a Bible open? Heathen.
No, I listened to it on tape, brother.
He went to church over.
That's right.
Over break.
Yeah,
just so you know.
I was in doing my.
Gosh, Shannon.
In fact, I made the people cry in a good way.
A little shocked that you weren't hit by lightning.
No, I brought joy and happiness to all.
As you do every day.
I'm like Santa Claus.
They baptize you, they'd have to change the water.
You do it every day.
That's true, Doc. I try to deliver every day. KHWindows.com. You're looking for beautiful Alpine windows. By the way, those windows are made right here in Colorado for Coloradoans. And here's why, man. The energy efficiency is pretty close to the drywall with insulation and everything. These windows are great for mountain houses. They're absolutely beautiful, great warranties. And KHWindows.com is probably one of their biggest installers. I mean, they're just great. Go to KHWindows.com when you're looking for windows and reach out to them. KHWindows.com. Now, did we hear anything back, Suzanne, from any of our automotive people for Lawrence?
I have heard back from Michael Seda with Michael's Auto Body. He said they don't do it, but Wild Child Customs down there in Castle Rock might be a good option. Still waiting to hear back from our own car guys, Jeff Vick and Kevin Culkin.
So Lawrence, one we want you to check is Wild what?
It is called Wild Child Customs in Castle Rock.
Wild Child Customs. Got that?
I do.
All right, hold on. Hopefully we get 2 more texts. I can even let you go, man. If you're going to be listening, we'll say it over the air what they are, okay?
Okay, perfect.
And then I want feedback from you, brother. I mean, we're asking people that we know and trust, so they're going to be good, but I want to know when it's all done how good. You follow?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Lawrence. 303-713-8255. We're going to have 2 lines open. 303 Martino. Susan, what is going on with you? Susan.
Hello.
Yes, how are you, Susan?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
I am doing well. Hello. Hello. I have a couple of friends, 88 and 77, and they have a homeowners policy that I was shocked to find out costs over $16,000.
Okay, hold on. Let's start over here. Because we had a very rocky start. I think we each said hello 75 times. So let me ask you this, Susan. The people live in the same house or 2 different homes?
They live in the same house.
And their homeowners each year is how much?
Their bill for this year is going to be over $22,000. Their bill from last year.
Oh, wait! I thought you said 1,600. Wait a second. I mean, who are these? The Rockefellers? What kind of house is this?
It is a plain Jane little house in Boulder County. I had State Farm give me a quote, and I went down line by line, and I got him a quote with $1 million umbrella policy for $5,000.
Well, why didn't they switch to that? I don't like State Farm, but why would they renew that $22,000? And what insurance company is charging that amount?
Them. Right. So it's Farmers Insurance, and it is written, the group is Crest Insurance in Longmont.
$22,000 for the year, and then you quoted it for $5,000.
$5,000 from State Farm.
Now, why? Okay, let's just go to the real basics. So you already did a lot of the legwork here. So, what is your question for me?
I was wondering if there was any way. I mean, is there any way to get any of their money back? I mean, were they just ripped off all these years because they're older and taken advantage of?
Well, to me, it sure sounds like it. What I would like, do you happen to have, listen, I don't think we're going to get the money back, period, but I do want to check into this for another reason. I want to see if these brokers did something wrong. I really do. So when I say there's no way to get money back, that might not be true. I need to know what's going on, though. I need a copy of the policy they have. Let me put you on hold. Listen, Susan, I really want to dig into this one. The difference between $5,000 and $22,000 is insane. I got to make sure the coverage is very similar, though. I don't know what's going on here, but this could be something really bad. We just got to look at it. Susan, please get me those docs and hold on the phone. 2 lines open, 303 Martino.
You know, the insurance commissioner might be able to take away their license if the broker was screwing around.
Yeah, we got to look. I want to see their policy.
22,000.
Well,
it's crazy.
She also said Boulder County. Like, are they in the mountains?
But it doesn't matter because she got another quote with the $1 million umbrella for $5,000. I need to see their deck page more than anything. The deck page.
That is insane.
$22,000. 99 mile per hour gusts. This fire is just devastating. Devastating.
While the mayor is in Ghana.
Yeah, of course. I mean, liberal city. Doesn't matter. Of course he's in Ghana. When we tell the story, YouTubers, when we tell the story about UCLA, it's just mind-blowing. One of the best hospitals, in the freaking country. That's going to be the story forever. Horrible. We flew back from Mexico. This was years ago. And, like in DIA, you got to go to that one area, so they have the dogs come around and all this. And so the dogs were coming around. Next thing we know, they had 4 people that snuck into the wheel well, somehow got into the belly of the plane, and they survived perfectly. They got from, I don't remember if we were in Cancun or somewhere in Mexico, all the way back here.
They survived.
They were fine. Yeah, they were walking them out. They caught them, and I'm sure ICE detained them. This is back when,
Sure.
We actually got rid of people that weren't supposed to be here.
They also found 2 dead people recently.
That's what they were just saying. That's what trying to identify them.
That's a good question. We're going to talk a little bit about Medicare. Is it pretty much cooked, though? Are you done?
Okay.
What do you mean?
Could you still open enrollment's gone, or is it?
Well, the annual enrollment period's over, but now they have people on Medicare Advantage. If you're on a supplement, you can try to change your plan anytime. You just have to medically qualify. But if you're on Medicare Advantage, now there is an open. So the annual enrollment period is October 15th to December 7th. And then there's an open enrollment period, which is January 1st to March 31st. That's where someone on a Medicare Advantage can still change.
Only on Advantage, yeah.
Only on Advantage. You can change your plan. Or disenroll from Medicare Advantage to get onto a Medicare supplement.
So if you're in...
Prescription drug plan.
Well, I'm going to ask online. I'm not going to...
Pardon me, Mark? Martino said you have editing rights to the lives, and I guess I do have access to the lives, so I can edit as well.
Yeah, please do.
Well, you got it. I wouldn't know what to edit, but I don't want to screw it up.
AI. Just use that.
What does Mark want? AI.
ChatGPT.
I'm going to email you what I want.
Okay, you want me to add them there to the bottom of the list?
Yeah, just put it, or at the very top of the list, for that matter. Put it at the very top.
I'll put Mark notes.
No, just put it in blue. Okay. Put mine in blue, if he hasn't used blue. If he's used blue for something, use green.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he knows what I've inserted.
I know he's a little finicky. I told him you'd be putting him at the bottom. Is it make a difference to you? Do you really want him at the top? If so, I'm just going to tell him.
You can put him at the bottom.
You know how he's just a little fussy about his copies.
Did you just say a little fussy?
I love Tommy.
Do you remember the time in the office?
Yes.
Tabitha was there. You were there.
And you accidentally deleted his files.
I deleted something.
Ooh.
Wowzer.
Oh.
Wowzer.
He wasn't even there. I'm all IMing him. I'm like, oh my God.
I wasn't there, so I didn't hear any of this.
You were at home changing stuff. I was in the office here with Tom.
I just heard everybody that was in the office, and at the time there had to be 5 people in the office. They're all texting me at once. Ooh, good thing you're not here. Literally, his head is steaming.
So if you want to send me whatever, I'm happy to add them.
Oh my gosh, it's burning through 5 football fields in a minute.
That is crazy.
It's that way. It's just like the Boulder fire. That wind, 100-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh my gosh.
You can't put aircraft in the air. Nope. And even if you could, it doesn't matter. When you drop that stuff, the wind blows it away. I mean, picture trying to figure out dropping a retardant where when the wind's 100 miles an hour. I don't care if it's liquid or foam or dust.
Hey, John, I think this guy can hear me on YouTube right now. Mark, Suze, I'm turning 63 this year. When do I need to start working with someone concerning SS and Medicare stuff?
Well, Social Security, talk to your financial planner.
Social Security, talk to your financial planner, Todd.
Medicare, reach out as early as 6 months prior to turning 65.
Reach out as early as 6 months prior to turning 65 on the Medicare stuff, Todd. Sherry says 3 months. Expert says 6 months.
Well, so you're allowed to up to 6 months.
You're allowed to up to 6 months. So the quicker, the better.
Apply for Medicare 3 months in advance.
Okay. And then you apply for it 3 months in advance.
Unless you're taking Social Security, and then it's done automatically.
But I think more or less what he's also asking is, should I have Medicare Advantage? Should I do supplements?
Right,
That's more of the question.
So 3 to 6 months is when we can start having that conversation.
Okay.
You hearing that, Todd? And he's in WYO. Do you deal with people in WYO? I think he's in WYO.
Wait, Wyoming?
Yeah.
We don't have I don't know like that.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can.
You want to open this up?
Troubleshooter
complicated.
Okay, well, whatever. Just opening something.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Hey, listen, if you've been ripped off or taken advantage of, we really do dig in. We really want to help you. I want to recoup money for you more than anything, but we also want to protect you. So if something's going on in your life right now and you're not so sure, maybe a few hairs on the back of your neck are standing up, you're like, I don't know if I can trust this contractor. Give us a call. It's good to get help prior to getting ripped off as well. Man, we have dealt with a lot of cases. We're going to do some updates. In studio with me, by the way, John Jones, Integra Insurance, and they're our healthcare experts, man. They really are our health insurance experts. I do want to tell everybody out there, though, that this hour, my friends, is brought to you by Frank Duran, the real estate man. I love Frank. He has saved us so much money, and he has made us so much money. He's one of the best realtors out there, and if you want to sell your house, I want you to call Frank. Check him out at frankduranhomes.com. Now, John Jones Jr. And John, I'm going to go to you with this pull-behind motor in just a second, I promise. And we do have lines open, 303-713-8255. You've got any questions, you got any problems, we love going after the bad guys. 303-MARTINO, 303-MARTINO. By the way, you can join us on YouTube, and you can hear us talk during the breaks. You go to youtube.com. You type in Troubleshooter Network. You'll find our live stream. It's every day, Mountain Zone time. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can join the chat. You can ask questions there. And thinking about that, we had a good question from someone. Someone on Todd on YouTube is getting ready to turn 63. Okay? When does he start wondering what kind of coverage he should get with Medicare? In other words, should I get Advantage? In fact, tell us really quick, Medicare Advantage versus Medicare with supplements. What's the difference?
Try to be quick about that. A supplement simply does what it sounds like. It supplements Medicare. So Medicare A and B remains your primary health insurance coverage, and then you have supplements that you could select from, a supplement from multiple that would supplement and fill in. It's also called Medigap. So you've heard different terminology, Medicare supplement, Medigap. They're synonymous. They fill in the gaps or supplement original Medicare.
For example, if I have original Medicare,
sure,
and I go into the doctors for anything with the exception of a physical each year, okay? If I go in, do I have a copay generally? Will I have to pay whatever, 20%, 10%?
Well, so that would be Medicare Part B. That's your outpatient care. That's
no, but you're saying that's a supplement.
Well, no. Well, so you would have you get Medicare Part A,
Yep.
and then you apply for you pay for Medicare Part B. You have a monthly premium for Medicare Part B.
So you have to buy B or not
for free. If you want a supplement or an Advantage plan, and it's certainly recommended because Medicare Part A is hospitalization. Medicare Part B is your outpatient care. That would be like your labs, physician services, x-rays, things like that, durable medical equipment under Medicare Part B. And so, yes, under Medicare Part B, you have a Part B deductible. It's $257 next year. Then you have 20% coinsurance, or next year, it's this year now that we're in 2025. So then you have 20% coinsurance. The supplements, depending on what supplement you have, might pick some of that up.
Hold on. I want to dig into it a little more so I truly understand it because I'm not close to that age yet. So if I have Medicare Part A and B only,
sure,
and I go into a hospital and I'm fighting something horrible, and I've got a $200,000 bill.
Right.
Are you telling me I'm paying 20% of that?
No. That's Part A. So Part A is hospitalization.
It covers everything.
Well, no. Part A, you have a deductible as well, and that's days 1 through 60 in the hospital, days 61 through 90. You pay a coinsurance.
So give me an idea of how much that is.
It's a little more than, it's like $16.30. I'm trying to, for 2025. It's $16.30.37, right around there. I can look it up specifically for 2025.
So
those numbers increase a little bit, but it's $1,630.
That's your maximum.
That's your deductible, and that's separated by 60 days, and so it's not an annual deductible.
I got
so
you,
if
but
you're in the
there's
hospital,
no 20% there.
Not on that one.
Now
but
on B,
that's for days 1 through 60. Then once you hit day 61 in the hospital, it becomes a per day coinsurance, and then day 90.
Okay, how much roughly is the co-day, the per day?
It's $430 in 2024. off the top, but it's 430 right around there. I can give you the exact numbers.
Wait a minute.
That's per day, days 61 through 90, and then days 91 through 150. That doubles per day, and then day 151 and on. And these are lifetime
days. So most people would be bankrupt.
Medicare pays nothing after day 151 day 150 in the hospital.
Oh,
so
my
God. That's why a supplement exists. So a supplement.
Well, hold on. I want to go to B real quick.
Correct.
So you have to go in for a CAT scan or something like that. You end up paying 20% with a maximum of what?
For the year, there is no maximum, and again,
so it's 20%.
20%, and that's after your deductible.
Okay. And that's why people buy the supplements.
Exactly, to fill in those gaps, to give you that.
Now, out of the let's say
out of pocket.
How much? And I know it's all based on income and Social Security and everything else, but generally speaking, I don't know if you know a median number, but what do people spend on just Part A and Part B out of their Social Security?
Well, again, typically. So for most people, Part A is free.
Okay,
you've been paying into that work hours. Most people.
Yeah,
Part
you've
A
already
free.
paid for it.
Part B, the base premium is $185 this year. And so you're going to pay that out. And if you're taking Social Security, that comes automatically out of your Social Security. If you're not taking Social Security, you pay that quarterly.
But is that $185 a year?
No, that's monthly.
Monthly.
Yes,
so you're paying roughly $2,400.
Correct. And that's the base premium for Part B. It is correct that if you've had higher income, and it's called IRMA, income-related monthly adjustment amount, it could be higher, and there's different levels of IRMA, IRMA.
So right there, you're getting $2,400 out of your Social Security per year, roughly. Average Joe.
Right. Yes,
okay, now, let's talk supplements. If I wanted a supplement that covers all the gaps, is there such thing?
The most comprehensive now is the Plan G. Would be your most comprehensive Medicare supplement. So that's going to cover everything, all your Part A, so inpatient, hospital expenses, and your Part B 20%. The only thing the Plan G does not cover is that Part B deductible.
Well, okay, hold on. But this Part G, this sounds incredible because we already know if you're day 61 in the hospital, you're $400 plus out of pocket every single day, right?
Right.
So if you have this, you're not.
Correct.
And then is there a cap still? I think you said 150 days in the hospital.
No, the Plan G is going to take care of all your Part A expenses.
Oh my God. And let's go back to average Joe. How much is that Part G?
It depends where you live. It depends on your rating area. For most people,
Colorado, here.
Well, I understand, but different areas, there are different rating areas within the state of Colorado. And so, but for most people, we find the Plan G for a male. If you're turning 65, you're in that 130 to 160 a month range. For a female, anywhere between 115, 120, and 140, 150
That's
a month
cheap.
range. Well, dependent. I mean, for some people and for a lot of people, but not for
if you
everyone.
ever need that coverage, that's dirt cheap.
Yes, sir.
My God, one day in the hospital, day 61, pays for 3 months.
It is the most popular plan when it comes to a Medicare.
And then how about does that cover any kind of medication whatsoever?
No, so if you have a supplement, that would be Medicare Part D. You do need to get a separate prescription.
And how does that work? How much is that? And basically, does that cover everything?
No, it certainly depends. And so that's what we do when we are, fact finding and we're doing the needs analysis with our clients. We're getting that information. What are your prescriptions? And we can put that through Medicare.gov and see which plan is going to be best for you. Because those Medicare Part D prescription drug plans are offered by private health insurance companies. And depending on what your prescription drug needs are, it could be different what is best for you.
Now, listen, I got to take this break, and then when we come back, I'm going to jump right over to the phones. But the other thing, I heard a nightmare story from Suzanne's mother. They're on Advantage. And I want to run this by you. I just heard it about a week ago when we were out visiting them. But it's crazy. I'm starting to think, and there's a lot of people out there listening. I don't know if you agree with me or not, because I haven't had either. But I heard Advantage can be an absolute nightmare depending on where you live, what coverage. But we'll dig into that in a second. I think there's some benefits to it, especially if you're very low income. But hold on.
Hey, John, if I was
do what?
If I was denied from supplement,
you can always try, but we would probably do a needs analysis beforehand to see if it was worth it, right? Okay. To see if the reasons you were denied once still exist, then you would still be denied.
Okay. So my past medical history of having
COVID wouldn't be a denial, but
there could be certain other things. I don't know. We could sit down and talk about that.
I want you to check out KH Home Solutions. These guys have the most beautiful, and I mean beautiful windows. Their new line of Alpin windows is absolutely incredible. They're made right here in Colorado for Colorado, and I love this product. This product has some of the best efficiency you're going to find in any window, and they're an authorized dealer, and they're one of the largest dealers. K&H can also do anything when it comes to your house. They can do siding, doors, windows. They even do roofing. They can help you with insurance claims. I want you to give them a call, 303-421-7100. They've been around 65 years. If you're looking for windows or doors, you have to at least get a bid from them. You're going to love these guys. KHWindows.com. Now, John Fuller, Fuller Law. I talk about him all the time. I love John Fuller. He fills in for us occasionally right here on the show. He's a personal injury attorney, and he kicks butt. He has done 2 cases for Suzanne and I. Both of them, he got policy limits for the people that hit us. We got every nickel of insurance those folks had, and there's nothing to lose. You know what? Just give them a call if you've been in the accident. Talk to him. You're always going to deal with John. He's got a great team around him, but if you want to talk to John, the attorney, he's going to talk to you anytime you want during your case. He's like a coach. He's going to maximize that claim. He's going to get you every dollar. And then at the end, he also negotiates all the bills, hospital bills, ER, to put more money into your pocket. Man, he's good. 303-597-4500, or you can check out his website at callfuller.com. Now, Made in the Shade. These guys are absolutely unbelievable. Maybe you just want room darkeners or drapes or shutters. Maybe you want high tech or low tech. Maybe you want no tech in your window coverings. These guys have it all. They come out, they do the measuring, they do all the installation, and the best part is they do it for less than the other guys do it when you have to do all the work. You've got to measure, you've got to install, not with Made in the Shade. You got to check these guys out. Made in the Shade, you can find them right now at referrallist.com. Go to referrallist.com.
So the exact numbers now. So in 2025, the Part A deductible is $1,676.
I realize a lot of people are on such a fixed income, there's no way they could pay for that.
Correct.
And maybe it doesn't even matter in that circumstance because they're judgment proof once that $400 a day in the hospital kicks in, and they're not going to kick them out of the hospital, right?
Right.
Or do they kick them out? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I've never had anybody that.
YouTube says he got, this is a cool story. John Jr. got me Part G supplement that is paid almost 100%. And I've got 2 types of cancers, $168 a month.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
He was 2 types of cancer.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Jim S. That's his handle.
Could you check mine for me, John? Of course. When you get a chance? Of course. I appreciate it. Thank you.
John Livy's going to be out of here when he retires.
Out of where?
Probably out of Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy we golf with. Nice guy. Probably going to say, see ya, go to Texas or something. That's what I'm guessing, since that's where your kid's at. Or top golf with, I should say. Not golfed.
Sherry, I just looked at YouTube. Sherry, what does that mean? Dave, they lost me. What does that mean?
Sometimes that stuff's complicated. It can be a little complicated. You make it make good sense. Like, I'm starting to actually understand it better now. I did not realize that's how the supplements work.
If I'm on a call with a client, like if you have I'm trying to squeeze it in and condense it into, the radio show and trying to fit it in between.
But you really simplify it.
That's
So
the goal. I mean, education is the most important thing to me.
Yeah.
Because that makes my life easier in the long run, too, with my clients. If they understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas or Florida. I knew Texas would be one of them. Chopper, we've had Kaiser for years. I'm not going to say we absolutely love it, but we have no reason to move from it. I like it.
Not living here where we live right now.
Not while we live in Colorado. We don't feel like it's a DMV office type situation.
No, not at all. But in Denver, it very well could be.
Yeah, he says Kaiser was great until Obama made it like a DMV office.
Yeah.
So, but I just don't feel that with where we go. Sometimes it's a little hard to get in for an appointment. Like I scheduled a mammogram in December, and my first availability was May. That seems a little excessive.
But that's the way almost all of them are now.
Yeah, that's good to know at least. Just I was like,
That's the most common complaint from any client is how long it takes them to get a
routine.
That's with any health insurance company. It's not the health insurance company's fault. They have to insure everyone.
Yeah.
It's a volume issue. So.
Hey, don't forget about Compass Insurance. In fact, they're behind the scenes right now trying to help that lady out that got canceled because of her neighbor basically destroying her ceiling and some other stuff. But you send over your deck page, they're going to shop 30 companies. But more importantly, they're going to make sure you're not underinsured. You realize all the people in Boulder for the Boulder fires, 95% of them were underinsured. A lot of them lost their house. And didn't have enough money to rebuild. I mean, it was really a sad deal. We've appreciated in value in homes in Colorado so much. You better make sure. But call Compass up. Go to CompassInsurance.com and please check them out. It's really important stuff. I'm looking at these fires in California. My goodness, man. I remember the Boulder fires. Suzanne and I were flying out to go. I think we were going to Las Vegas or somewhere.
For New Year's.
Yeah, like 2 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, the plane. It was literally the day of the fires. The plane was jumping up and down. I couldn't figure out how the wings were staying on. It was kind of funny, you know. It was a Frontier flight, so it's like a city bus, basically. And everybody's talking and just having kind of a good time. We're going to Vegas. And, man, that thing started bouncing. You could have heard a pin drop in that bad boy. Man, I'm glad those planes have engineers behind them. Okay, we're going to go back. I still want to understand the advantage. We're going to go back to that, but John's got a problem with a pull-behind motor. We do have lines open, 303-713-8255, or the easiest number is 303-MARTINO. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell whomever you need, but we can help you out. 303-MARTINO, 24/7, 303-MARTINO, or help at troubleshooter.com. Hey, John, what's going on?
So I bought a pull-behind mower, which is quite large. It's about the size of a small car, I would say.
Sure.
And what happened is, you know, they delivered it. This came from DR Power Company, who is owned by Generac. And they literally just dumped it off at the end of my driveway because they said they couldn't bring it down. So when they did, they kind of damaged the container that it came in. Well, the first time I used the mower, it broke. So I, called their service department. They sent out another part. Well, lo and behold, it broke again. So anyway, I told them, we're done with this. I'm not, this cost me $4,500 with the warranty and whatnot.
How big's the deck on it?
52 inches.
Okay, I'm looking on their website is why I see their 42-inch one. I don't see the 52. And I'm curious, just from what you're saying, though, is there any kind of money-back guarantee on these? I don't see anything like that. I realize you've had a couple problems.
This is what I'm getting to. So I called the Better Business Bureau, and they, gave me their spiel. And I called Visa. So I got my money back.
Oh.
So in the meantime, they said that they were going to come pick this up. So, I made arrangement. I got it back on their pallet, which was a nightmare. And I thought to myself, well, this, I'll put it on my utility trailer to make it easy for the guy to pick it up. Well, they sent a shipper out. The first day I waited all day, the shipper never showed up. So that pissed me off. So the second day, the shipper showed up, and he laughed at me. He goes, well, how do you expect me to get that on my truck?
Well, John, let me ask you this. When they dropped it off the first time, it was on a pallet just at the top of your driveway, right?
Correct, but I didn't see him drop it off because I was at work.
Yeah, that's fine. So now you have it. I'm trying to picture this. You have it on a trailer That's like what? Like a car trailer you have the pallet on?
No, yeah, it's a utility trailer.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
And then how would this guy normally do it? What kind of pallet jack did he have?
He didn't have anything.
Well, okay, let's say it was on the ground. How was he going to get it into the truck?
That's what I want to know. He just laughed at me and went about his business.
Yeah, but there's got to be a little more to this, John. I mean, really, would he have laughed at you? Would he have laughed if it was on the ground?
I don't know. I don't. But I gave him specific instructions to bring a forklift so they could put it in their vehicle. I told them that.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean, still, there's two things here. First of all, I want to know this. If it was on the ground, do you think, I know neither of us will ever know, do you think he would have got it into the trailer?
No. I mean, we didn't have the means to get it off my
Okay,
trailer.
fair enough. If he couldn't get it off the ground, then I assume he couldn't get it off the trailer. He's not going to get it into the truck. So I assume the next thing you do is you call up who?
So I called DR back,
Yeah.
and I said, listen, you guys are wasting my time with this thing. And they said, well, we'll find you a shipper. Well, they're really good at dragging their feet.
Now, wait a second. When you said they'll find you a shipper, who found that shipper we just talked about? They did, right?
They did.
Okay, keep going. I'm sorry, keep going.
Yeah, that's all they're doing with the shipper.
Okay, so they said they're going to find a shipper. So now where are we at?
So they called and, they couldn't give me a time or anything else. And I told them, I said, listen, it's ready for pickup. I don't know what you want me to do. Well, a couple of months went by and this thing's sitting on the back of my utility trailer.
And wait a second. My God, I think I know where this is going, but keep going. So is it still at the top of your driveway?
No.
Okay.
No. I yanked it off my trailer, and the container was that I had it in, pretty much destroyed because it was really cheap anyway. So they have a lot of stipulations on how they want this thing returned.
Sure.
Which I did. I had it ready to go, but now, it's not. Well, back in October, they hired an attorney and said, well, they want their money back. And I'm like, I'm not giving you money back for a broken mower. We've gone down this road. Well, they said, well, we'll get back to you and let you know. Well, last week they finally got back to me and they said, well, we want the mower back or you can pay the sum. And I said, well, listen, I'm not putting it back on the pallet. It took me almost 3 hours to put it on the pallet. I mean, I'm a one-man band and that thing's enormous. And that thing, the pallet broke apart because the way they put it at the end of my driveway, he claimed that he couldn't come down my driveway because there's, it's just a gravel road.
All right, hold on. Let me take this break. I'll come back to you first, I promise. 303-713-8255. I'm interested if they actually summons them to court, if they're threatening it. Did they turn it over to collections? I mean, I'm dying to hear the rest of the story. 303-713-Martino. I just said 303-713-Martino. .com. I want to run from here on, babe. If you note to yourself, I want to do K&H and Genesis and
I put
Grievances. I
put K&H on different days for house.
Yeah, I know
what
for
Genesis
house.
runs
I'm
for.
talking for iHeart spots.
So you want it switched?
I got to do better. I just remind me next month. I got to do better at putting them together.
Okay, because you mixed up the day. You got them on
I
the
really
same
don't.
days.
Yeah, but at some point we got to have them on the same day.
Yeah.
Mitch Floria, The Art of Granite. You want the most beautiful beautiful new countertops. My goodness, we've used them twice. No, 3 times. No, 4 times. 2 bathrooms, a laundry room, and part of our kitchen. And the countertops are wonderful. We have some quartz from them, some granite. You just want the best. Forget about the rest, and you call Mitch Floria. Go to theartofgranite.com. The other thing he can do is give you an estimate. I don't know anybody else that does this. An estimate right over the phone. You might have to take a picture and maybe some, very minor measurements. But I'm telling you, he'll give you an estimate over the phone. You can make that bathroom look brand new, that kitchen. Theartofgranite.com. Theartofgranite.com. Sheridan Auto Tech, Uncle Kevin. Man, does he run a good shop down there. He's the captain of the ship, and the bottom line is, if you have an automobile, you need to get it maintained, and on top of that, you need to get it fixed when it breaks. He can do both. His nationwide warranty is unbelievable, 3 years, 36,000 miles. His staff is great. Electrical problems, if you have them in an older or newer car, he can handle them. He bought Lakewood Electric, has some of the best electrical techs in the state of Colorado. Check him out at SheridanAutotech.com. That's SheridanAutotech.com.
There's some, but we
that's funny.
Try to teach them and tamp it down pretty good. But there's certainly some. I mean, there's 5 kids.
Well, I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters, so there were 5 of us, and one of us was always fighting with at least one other all the time.
No, it's not all the time, but it does happen. They get along pretty well. They do get along pretty well.
We grew up in a small house. There were 5 kids, obviously 2 parents, 1 bathroom. So
I cannot imagine that. No.
Like 2 sisters.
That would not. No, we have 3 girls and 2 boys. The 2 boys are the youngest. They're really close, but they do fight some. They fight well together.
Hey, Suzanne.
Still so young, though.
Yes, darling.
I'm going to the bathroom, okay?
Okay. Approved. She's letting us know
but-
she's stepping out
Hey,
for a second.
guys, but here's the problem. She's not leaving the room. Thanks.
Oh.
Thanks for that.
Even better.
No, not better. Not better for me.
What's that?
I think she's had a lot of coffee.
Shannon says, well, she's not actually leaving the room to go to the restroom.
I'm reasonably sure.
We're going to get her a little kitty porta potty for in there.
The problem is
Deal
she
with
had
it.
asparagus for dinner. This isn't funny.
Asparagus.
Hydrants run out of water.
Why? Why isn't it? What? How's that affect you?
How does that happen?
Do you know the deal with asparagus and urine?
Yeah, I know it can make your urine stink.
Well, she's stinking up the room right now.
When they go through part of Mexico and part of the...
Just because you told her she can't leave, thanks.
they don't have water with them.
I'm calling a labor union or
Did
something.
you guys see the lift lines at the ski resorts this past weekend?
I can't believe hydrants
One of
run
them
out of
have
water.
a 2-hour wait to get on the lift.
We left that.
Oh, another one, they showed a picture of someone it was forever. There must have been 500 people waiting for, it was just crazy because apparently...
Can you still ski? That's awesome. You ski?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
But the lines, I mean, I wouldn't go skiing now if you paid me.
Well,
the lines are just incredible.
We left that this year. We're going to Monarch now, and it was awesome.
Where's Monarch?
It's Salida, 20 minutes up from Salida.
Hey, John, we never took our kids skiing ever. They're gonna need therapy. I know this. We never took them there. Never
Our
once.
4-year-old is ripping down the mountain.
They hate us for it.
Any of it. Yeah.
Took them to concerts. We're concert parents. We're roller coaster parents. Oh yeah, our daughter learned, and our son, I don't think he's quite learned.
I got to the point where I could go down any slope. I just did it half as fast as my son.
I remember Suzanne scooting down one on her butt. She would not go down it.
Okay, because it was my second time skiing, and he put me on a black diamond.
Are you serious?
Well, not intentionally.
My mom.
I got on my ass, and I literally scooted down the hill. I was like...
All right, 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. You've been ripped off or taken advantage of. We got some lines open, 303-713-8255. So just to recap real quick, John called up. He bought a D.R. Horton mower deck. I've seen these guys advertised on TV quite a bit, but anyhow, it's a pretty big mower deck, 52-inch. You drag it behind your tractor, and basically it cuts the lawn for you. So it got there. It broke twice. He figured out how to get a refund from them. They actually issued him a refund, so he has the money at this point. And they sent out a truck to pick it up. When they sent the truck out, the guy didn't have a pallet jack, and there was no way to get it into his truck, according to the caller. So he called back the company, D.R. Horton. They said, okay, we're going to arrange another truck. But then at that point, months went by, right, John?
Yeah. Here we are in January.
Yeah, so months go by and it's still there. So finally, I assume you pulled it back down the driveway. You unloaded it because you probably had to use that utility trailer for something else.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I had to unload it. And I actually put it in my garage to keep it out of the elements. I mean, you know, I'm not going to be a jerk and
yeah, I got you.
Ruined.
So, but now they hired an attorney.
No. And they're threatening me that they want their money back or put it back on the pallet and get it all, you know, dressed up again for pickup. And I told them,
well, okay.
Get it.
So they are offering that, though. They're saying if you get it back on the pallet and get it into whatever container, whatever they're saying needs to be done, that it'll be said and done.
Yeah, but the thing is I don't have that container anymore because it fell apart taking it off.
Well, can they ship you one? Can you call them up and say that container is no good? In fact, when you guys dropped it off originally, you damaged it, and now that we've moved it so many times, can you send me another container?
Well, I should do that but the way this attorney's wording things, you know, if you're not able to follow through on the instructions from our client, they will not send another carrier to pick it up, and you owe this much money.
John, I would simply reach out to them for a container for it or tell the attorney, hey, listen, I'm willing to do this, but I need a container for it. That container is in shambles. It's unusable. I mean, here's your other option, John. I mean, honestly, your other option
can
is...
they send a container when the truck comes?
Yeah, or maybe, I don't know how that would work, but possibly. It's not like they're their trucks. If they got to ship the container to the shipper, they might as well ship it to John.
Right, okay.
But maybe, Doc, maybe that's not a bad idea. But I would try to go that route because what's going to happen is they are going to come after you. And I think at this point they would have a chance in court of winning. I mean, I think it's worth them shipping you the container and doing it and having that real conversation. Because the other part is if they come after you, it's going to come down to what a judge thinks of it. The judge is going to look at the money transactions. It's going to say, hey, this guy, John's got all the money, but he still has his lawnmower, and that's just not right. And you're going to say, well, I had it all loaded up, and a truck came, but the guy didn't even have a pallet jack, and it's been a nightmare. And now they want me to reload it and blah, blah, blah. But that could go either way in courts, my point, John.
Yeah, I'm reading their return policy.
The thing is I'm willing to give it back to them. There's never been a doubt.
Yeah, but they're not going to send someone out to load it up from your garage into a container onto the pallet and then bring it to the top of your driveway. I truly believe you're asking too much out of them. I think it would be great if they were doing it. Dimitri, read me what D.R. Horton says about returns.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. It's right there on their website. So they do acknowledge the fact that the shipper may no longer have the original packaging. So they say that it needs to be repacked in equivalent packaging, and it also needs to be on a pallet, and it cannot exceed the footprint of the pallet. So if John gets an equivalent package, and I'm not saying that's going to be convenient, but maybe build one out of plywood, or a couple of refrigerator boxes.
Or ask them to ship one.
Well, I doubt that they're going to do that. That's going to be super expensive to send an LTL truck over there with an empty box. And John needs to go to one of the industrial locations down there in Boulder and pick up a pallet of appropriate size. You can get that for free. So, John, I'm not saying I do recognize that it's going to be a huge inconvenience.
And when you agreed to it, when you bought that, you agreed to that. When you got that refund, you agreed to get it back to them in the condition of what they want it back. Listen, man, I can tell you just think you got screwed on this whole deal, but I'm telling you, I don't think you did, man. I mean, you can dig those heels in deeper and, roll the dice when you go to court. But honestly, my gut feeling is you just get it packed up and done before you're looking at attorney's fees and you're looking at paying these people for it because you can't get it back. I just think you're asking for more trouble, John.
Oh, and possibly triple damages because this sounds like conversion if they really wanted to.
Well, I don't know if they get that, but maybe. I mean, the whole point is it's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, they could ask for it. It would be up to him to prove.
The thing is they could just come. They could just come get the.
John, they're not going to do that. Listen, man, I can tell because I'm a fellow hardhead. You're hard-headed, and I'm trying to really tell you, seriously, man, I'm not kidding, and I've dug in before, and it's cost me. I'm telling you, looking at this from the outside on both sides, it's remarkable you even got a refund on it. You did great doing that. I think you really need to get it packaged up. Maybe find a handyman or someone that can come package it up and get it ready for you for a couple $100 or something. I mean, think of something outside the box to get it done or do it yourself. I mean, I've already given you the risk assessment on it, and it could be a lot worse than just having to pay for that mower deck.
Okay.
All right, John, I do appreciate the call. What did you think about that? Deputy Doc, what do you think, honestly?
I think you're right. I think he according to what Dimitri said, he's obligated to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if someone wants it back, not everybody's Amazon. What I mean by that, I find it remarkable. I see Suzanne return stuff to, Whole Foods?
Yeah, for Amazon stuff. Right.
They'll box it up right there.
Yeah.
It could be a toaster. You bring the toaster to Whole Foods, they box it up and send it back to Amazon. It costs you $0. I mean, that's great. I love that Amazon does that.
I don't think they take pull behind mowers, though.
No, they're not going to take a pull behind mower.
But just as an aside, it's not D.R. Horton. D.R. Horton is the home builder.
Oh, who is it? D.R.
Just D.R. Mowers.
No, it's D.R.
Oh, pardon me.
No, it's D.R. Hold on, man. Now it's going to drive me nuts. D.R. Power Equipment.
Right.
It's D.R. Power. Yeah, I see them advertised all the time. They're the ones that have the big, the brush whacker, man.
Right,
it's like a weed whacker that can take down a small tree.
I think up about 4 inches in diameter.
Man.
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. These fires are raging in California, folks. It's really it's a bad deal. I was just reading they actually ran out of water in the hydrants. That is absolutely unbelievable.
So sad, Mark.
Oh, my God. Thousands of people have already lost their homes. I think they said 1,000 buildings so far.
And a couple people have died, if you haven't seen that yet.
I did not see that.
They're all going to leave California and come here.
Oh, man.
Hey, there is a stunning video of the fire department using a D9 bulldozer yesterday.
Moving cars.
Shoving abandoned cars off the road.
People pulling suitcases down the road because they're stuck.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they took their keys with them. So nobody's able to, so the firemen can't move the cars, so they're using a bulldozer to push them out of the way. So
yeah, literally.
Fire trucks can get up.
I don't even know what a fire truck, I realize you can put water in a fire truck, but when the hydrants are empty, I mean, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's just a few hundred gallons in the fire truck, and that's designed to provide an initial fire suppression service while they're hooking it up to a hydrant.
And they can't fly airplanes, 100-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh, it's done. It's a done deal over there.
Are aware that the wonderful, very intelligent state of California and the mayor cut the budget on fire.
Well, that's
$17
crazy.
million cut last year. It was
how many?
$17 million cut from the LA Fire Department. That was the second biggest budget cut last year in Los Angeles.
I can't believe it.
They had to pay for the migrants somehow.
Well, that's true. And you know what? I've got a couple people on YouTube, not a lot, but like, oh, what do liberals have to do with that? And I'm going to give a story. When we come back, I'm going to tell a story about UCLA, Regen Hospital, UCLA, one of the best hospitals in the world. John, you're in the business. Would you agree with that?
It's known to be a very good hospital.
Most prestigious hospital around, UCLA. And this is a firsthand account of someone's experience there for 4 or 5 days. And it's going to blow you away when you hear it. It's going to blow you away.
Anybody want any drinks from the...
I'd love a water. Thank you.
I got mine, thanks.
I'm good, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Imagine an retirement strategy that you not only get growth, but you're guaranteed not to lose any principal, and you're guaranteed to get a paycheck for life when you want to go ahead and start taking it when you retire. I want you to check out mymoneymyway.com. It's Joe and Jordan Keano. They're great people. They're fiduciaries, and I want you to talk to them about retirement. This annuity that they sell is amazing. There's lots of bad ones out there, but the one that they like the most, for most people, they have other products depending on your age and stuff. But I'm telling you right now, 15% bonus that starts growing day one, guaranteed income for the rest of your life, no chance of losing money whatsoever. MyMoneyMyWay.com. That's MyMoneyMyWay.com. O'Brien Legal. Let me tell you something about Bradley O'Brien. If you have anything to do with real estate and want an attorney to look at it, this is your guy. He can do seller financing reviews, buying and selling documents, loan docs, leases, anything complicated, simple deals. How about unmarried couple buying a home together? How about a property line dispute, an easement dispute, adverse possession, liens, maybe evictions if you need a tenant evicted in the right way. Maybe you haven't redone your lease and you're a landlord. Bradley O'Brien, 720-370-7388 or OLSlaw.com. Red Rocks Roof and Solar. I always say this about Brooke. People don't believe it. We have so many callers that have gotten commercial solar systems for free. She knows how to find the grant money from the state of Colorado and the feds, plus the tax credits. You could literally, if it's a commercial property, like say a fourplex that you rent out, you could have electricity paid for free. I want you to call Brooke for all the details. She's the real deal. Lots of happy clients. Red Rocks RS, as in roofandsolar.com, redrocksrs.com, redrocksrs.com. How do you think we'll do in the playoffs, guys?
I think this will be a closer game than people think.
What is it, Bills?
Bills.
Boy, I think Bills.
The defense, our defense is so good that if they can keep Josh Allen in the pocket, I think it's going to be a really close game.
I think we're all under a little misconception after the KC game. I mean, KC was playing people I've never heard of.
Well, most of KC's defense was still playing, most of their starters. So, but if the weather's good, I think
it's supposed to be good.
Yeah, if the weather is good, then
is it here or there?
It's there. So, if the weather's good, I don't think there's. I mean, I would love to be pleasantly surprised, but I don't think there's any.
But you know what? Even though Bo was making those passes right on target.
Oh, he was doing great.
It didn't matter who was covering him. You know,
different stakes. Well, I mean, they had to win that to get into the playoffs. So who knows? We'll see.
But he was hitting them. I don't care who was covering. If our receivers had one step under the fence, he was hitting them right.
Yeah, no, he's had a great game.
Yeah, great game.
Smoke.
I mean, he's a real deal. He's gonna, next couple of years, Denver's going to be a team.
Oh God.
The one thing they need, that other teams have,
tight end and running back. Tight end. They need a tight end back.
They need a world-class tight end. But when you look at what these guys do, you know, like
We've drafted guys who were supposed to be that, and coming out of college, they were looked at as being that, like Jake Butt, Noah Fant, and the guy we just released this year, who had all the hamstring issues last year. He was from
neurological reasons. They are protected.
What school was he from?
I don't have a problem.
What's the line? Do either of you know?
But there's a large body of evidence to
I think it's like 6.5.
nicotine, not smoking, but nicotine itself.
That could be generous, if you ask me.
For your neuron integrity, for
I could be wrong.
Preventing neurodegenerative, like actually preventing neurodegenerative age-related disorders. In my case, it also really, I don't have any problem with focusing, but it intensifies my focus.
Tied in with the long hair, looked like a pirate. We got him as a rookie a couple years ago, and then he had all these hamstring issues, and then we finally released him. Who was that?
Say that again?
The tight, he had long curly hair. He looked like a pirate. This tight end that we had that we released during the year this year, that he was supposed to be the next really great tight end.
I don't remember.
He had a lot of ability, but he didn't block well, and he pulled his tight end for his hamstring like every 2 weeks.
It's the line is 8.5. I think that's a lot.
So between 5 a.m.
Gosh, I don't know. Bills are pretty freaking good.
Interesting, Dimitri. I never heard that before.
Yeah, there's a huge body of research out there now that's very politically incorrect, but there are really great benefits to them, potentially. And our brain contains more nicotinic receptors than any other kind of receptor.
Okay.
So there must be some biological reason that we crave nicotine, which is why people get addicted.
Interesting.
All right, 303-713-8255. We got open lines, first time in the show. You got a problem, question, anything. We want to hear from you. 303 Martino. I love sinking my teeth into people that do bad things. I don't care if they're contractors. Honestly, if you listen to the show, I don't care. There's a lot of landlords getting a little nutty these days, to be quite honest. Now, I want to talk about this hospital real quick. Doc, I want you to chime in on this, and I'm talking about a firsthand somebody that lived through this last week. Was it last week? About a month ago, within the last month. Ronald Reagan, UCLA Medical Center, Los Angeles Hospital. It's renowned. I mean, people go from all over the country to go there. I mean, it's really like a big deal. So these people flew there. In fact, they had, they're on Medicare, and they had the best plan you can get. I mean, they probably had G, right? So they go out there. They want to see an expert for what they're seeking help for. They get out there, and I'm going to bring John Jr. into this because I've talked to him about this case. He knows about it. He knows the people as well. So they show up, and they can't even get a room. Is that correct, John? I mean, literally, can't get a room.
Correct. Everyone was full and overflowing. I mean, they were overflowing.
Do they have an appointment with a specific doctor?
Yes.
So they're 25% or 30% over capacity when they show up. And I want people to understand this has nothing to do with the fires. This has to do with homelessness and immigration more than anything, period. The hospital is 130% capacity. So they're there. They fly out there. They have an appointment, everything, Doc. They end up in a hallway, John? Originally.
Yes, sir.
So they're in a hallway in the hospital was there even partition set up?
I'm not certain of that.
So, I mean, basically they're in a hallway. The patient or the woman is actually, I assume, in a gurney or a bed or a portable bed or something. And then the husband is given basically a lawn chair or an office chair to sit in. So as it goes on, that lasted how many days?
4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days there. 4 or 5 days there.
She did get a partition for a smidge of privacy.
Yeah, so right towards the last day they were there, I believe he said they put him in an ER room that had 4 other people in there with some, curtains you can pull around. So they ended up in this, remember, this is one of the most renowned hospitals, but don't forget it's in Los Angeles. So, and we know what's happened there. And once again, nothing to do with these fires going on. So, it's their last night there. They haven't been able to take a shower, either of them, the whole time because you simply have no shower. There is no place to take a shower. Is that correct, John?
I believe that was the case, yeah.
Yeah.
Not during that period of time. Not during that period of time.
No, they couldn't take a shower. On the very last day when they're in the ER, they have a community shower. So after 4 days with an appointment being there, no room, living in the hallway at this, quote, prestigious hospital, basically they're finally able to use a shower, a community shower with 10 other people or however that looks. I don't know. It's not definitely by far a private shower.
Did they get to see the doctor they had an appointment with?
Oh,
yes,
certainly.
Oh, they did.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
The doctor, I don't think they have any complaints about the doctor.
Curious.
Now, here's the part that blows me away. Listen to this. So the husband gets up
on the last morning.
The last morning gets up to use the restroom in the early morning, whatever, or
6 a.m. He said
6 a.m. He walks into the restroom. There's a homeless guy, or he assumes is homeless, buck naked, absolutely buck naked, standing there when you first walk in the restroom, not in a stall, buck naked, taking on the floor.
Dumping all over the floor. It's
Dumping
beyond,
all over the floor.
Mark, it's beyond the beyonds.
I could not believe this story, and this couple, I believe, 150%. One of our most prestigious hospitals in the country, due to immigration, illegal immigration, and due to liberal views in California with the homelessness. I mean, this has come to a new realm to me.
Well, why do you think Trump won?
Well, of course, that's why he won. But still, as a doctor, have you ever seen in a hospital something like that going on for 4 days?
No.
It's unheard of.
I don't know.
You're at a loss for words.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to say except it's our insane immigration policy.
Well, in the homelessness and both of them compounded.
Right.
And they said the other hospitals had the same problem in the
they
area.
asked to be moved to another one, and they said, "Well, nothing's going to happen. You're still going to be stuck." 303-713-8255. I'd love to hear from you. We'll be back right after this.
And part of the problem is triage.
Part of the problem, what?
It's triage. I don't know. It doesn't sound like this woman had an urgent.
No, she didn't.
Right. That's partially it.
Yeah.
But when you have untold number of migrants
Not at all.
with worse problems.
Yeah, they're getting the rooms.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was working, when someone came in, it was the same thing. You just, the most serious cases got the attention.
Yeah, I get it, but why? Okay, I understand that one doctor might be there, and that's who they want to see.
What you were talking
But
about.
if you knew, John, what do you think? If they knew the circumstance they were flying out to see, would have they went somewhere else, or they wanted that doctor? I'm just curious.
They did want that doctor, so I don't know. Certainly, they didn't know that circumstance. And I don't know what they would have done if they would have known the circumstance. But they did want that one.
Well,
My mom had done a
is-
lot of research, spent a lot of time. That doctor is the one they
That's
wanted.
the one they
But
wanted.
depending on their financial status, they could have said, we'll wait in the hotel until you have a room for us.
Well, maybe so, but
I mean, right?
yeah, but I think that their financial status is fine. So I have a feeling there was more things that had to be done. Maybe testing during the
It
day.
doesn't sound like they were getting that done.
God, it doesn't.
And I think it's like
Doesn't.
for all of us.
And the husband wouldn't leave the wife's side, of course.
Tell me what kind of medical condition was out for me, the patient's name.
Well, there's something she was having checked that she needed a biopsy on, and they were doing other things to check.
Yeah, we got to keep that just.
No, it's not bleeding.
Yeah, but we don't even want to go there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't.
Maybe more.
It was just to see this doctor, and then they wanted her to stay because
Not in an
they were potentially going to do a surgery, and so
No,
they
I
wanted her to
saw
stay
it.
in.
A lot of
They wouldn't let her go back to the
Not
hotel
like that.
room.
Oh, they didn't want her.
Because she had other, she had some, she ended up from the biopsy, she ended up getting complications from the biopsy. She ended up getting like what was it called? But anyway, so
she did have
so they had to keep her in the hospital. They had to keep her. It could have become very big.
But she did get something done. I thought the way that I understood it was that she had an appointment and she just waited 4 days for something to be done.
No. So she did meet with the doctor. She got the biopsy, but after the biopsy ended up causing this like blood infection.
Okay.
And the infection put her, and then they found out she had this kidney infection.
So she couldn't go
back. So she couldn't go back to the hospital, or she couldn't go back to the hotel because she had to be monitored and watched. And because of the kidney infection, if it became sepsis or anything like that,
Could the condition of the hospital created the infections to know?
Of course.
I don't.
God, but my dreams were so vivid.
When you're in a room like that,
She believes that yes, it was the needle or what. There was something that was.
She believes the condition.
I think it was caused by the biopsy.
Yeah,
the blood
but
infection.
there's something called nosocomial infections, which are hospital-borne pathogens that have nothing to do with the particular.
They're just floating around everywhere.
Yeah, especially with conditions like you're talking about.
30% over capacity.
And people pooping all over the place.
It's crazy, Doc.
Homeless people who are homeless and immigrant people who could have all sorts of bacteria with them. And people not showering for
I
days.
would find myself waking up. I would remember waking up 10 times a night.
I mean, it's deplorable.
Yep.
But like I say, that's why Trump got elected, and maybe something will be done about it. What I don't understand is how, I don't care how liberal you are, how anybody could not think that some illegal alien who has committed a crime should not be deported. Now, we're not talking about the guys who are, have lawnmower services or picking fruit or just, we're talking about guys, people, I don't know if it's women also, but people who have committed crimes and are here illegally, why they should not be deported. Give me one valid reason.
I mean, to the hospitalization, there's certainly more pieces to it, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about.
We were talking about earlier, like to get in and get an annual physical, it takes 3 months, right? So
that's crazy.
It's a volume issue. Everyone's insured. You're dealing with the most populated.
It's Obama. It's Obamacare.
You're dealing with the most populated city in California. Everyone's insured. Everyone is like. I mean,
it's Canada.
It's not yet.
Actually, to me, I'd say it's worse because you have people that have no coverage that they have to take in. Think about how many illegal immigrants now. What's the number, guys? I mean, I'm not even talking the gotaways. How many people have come over? They all have health care. If they get hit by a car, they're brought to the hospital and treated. I don't even know how a hospital stays in business.
That's why Denver, like you were saying earlier, Denver Health.
As anti-immigrant as I am, if somebody hits by a
anti-illegal immigration.
Yeah, anti-illegal immigration. Somebody hits by a car, you got to take care of it.
Well, of course you do.
But people.
But when you let 10 million people in a short period of time, that's what's going to happen.
I agree.
Hey, Kelly, there's a call you can make. Somebody waiting for us to call him named Yag and help email. Said go ahead and give him a call, so maybe get him on. Okay. And then also, if you by chance see an email come in of a German Shepherd picture, that's for me. I wanted to see it.
Okay.
I'm kind of watching for it.
How about this? The Gulf of America. Now, doesn't that have a great rhyme to it? Honest to God. And you know what? Trump knows how to push buttons better than anybody. The more I notice it, the more he's a button pusher from hell.
Did you see that indoor golf league that started last night?
No.
So Tiger Woods and another person are they're investors in this. They have this basically massive facility, and pro golf. So this is for the winter
like a
months.
Data center.
No, it's literally and so they've got this 40-something foot by 50-something foot screen that the golfers are hit for the drives, and it's any course they can bring up.
So after the drive, you're in real.
When they get within a certain distance, then they turn around and there's an actual there's bunkers, there's all that stuff, and they're actually playing in the chips in and putts.
Is it 9 or 18?
Huh?
Is it 9 or?
It's a full. These are professional. This is to be the thing during the winter months. The professional golfers. It's a literal tour. It's a literal.
So the only thing that's the screen is basically the drive.
The drives in this probably.
Well, depending how good your drive is.
Right. Exactly.
God, that's
check it
cool.
Out. It looks insane.
Would you like that, Doc? You love golf.
Oh, it would be great. It'd
be cool to try. Where did they build it?
So what's the name of the big stadium in Los Angeles for the Rams and the SoFi? So it's SoFi, I believe, also, but it's not. So it's
part of the SoFi.
I think it's in Los Angeles. I think it's in that area. I'd have to look again.
God, that is cool, man.
Yeah. I just heard about it yesterday, and last night was the first actual tournament, beginning of the tournament. These are the indoor.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as
Say, keep your day job, Mark.
Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Maybe, my friends, you've been ripped off by a contractor or maybe anybody, a landlord, a dentist, a moving company. Pretty much you name it, we've heard the problem, we've handled the problem. We've recovered over 300, I'd say more like $400 million in cash merchandise exchanges, refunds over a almost 45-year period. In fact, Martino is the only host. He's the only host 45 years on the air in the country. I don't know about other countries, but that's a long time. Same show, same host, 45 years. There's nobody else. I think the closest would be Howard Stern, but it's not the same amount of time. It's pretty crazy. So that's it. You need help. We got one line open, 303-713-8255. Of course, anytime, it's so funny when people say, Mark, you're getting political. I'll get these emails. Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess everything's political now, though. I mean, you talk about a homeless problem to the point where when people go to a hospital in Los Angeles, one of the best hospitals in the country, they make an arrangement to fly there and see a particular doctor who specializes in their ailment. And you get there and it's 30% over capacity. You live in a hallway in the hospital for 3 days. On top of that, there's a homeless guy defecating in the bathroom, buck naked, basically running through the halls. And just, it's insane to think that's where Los Angeles is gone. And I'm afraid Denver's right around the corner. I was asking John Jones Jr., who's in studio with me. He's our health insurance expert. These guys at Integra Insurance know their business better than anybody else I've met. Suzanne and I and Martino, all of us have dealt with these guys for so many years. And you need to check. The bottom line is, if you have not checked your policy from last year, it might have changed. You want to make sure it renewed. And more importantly, what would you say the most important reason to call, John, is? I would say to make sure it's the best coverage. I mean, you might even be able to save money depending on, because didn't you say the tax credits have changed?
Well, so it's the tax. Am I okay?
Yeah,
tax credit. Yeah, tax credit eligibility is currently based on the affordability of the second lowest cost silver plan available to you. So you have bronze plans, silver plans, and gold plans.
Yeah,
and so the second lowest cost silver plan, if that's less than approximately 9.5% of your income, then it's considered affordable. If it's more than that, then you're eligible for a tax credit. And that the premium of that second lowest cost silver plan changes every year. So it's not fixed. And so if rates are increasing and your income staying the same, then there is a potential you might be eligible for a tax.
I'll tell you another reason. I don't care if you have coverage now or not. I'll tell you why it's important to call right now. Let's say you had a silver plan last year. And let's say something happened last year and you're getting ready to have a surgery done and you're planning it out. It's not like an emergency thing. Maybe it's a eye surgery, a nose surgery, some form of surgery done that gets planned out that's not an emergency. And there's lots of them. You might be better off getting a better plan right now just to talk about the out-of-pocket coming. I mean, really, depending on your needs coming up in this year, wouldn't you say it's smart to shop? Big time.
Well, of course, and sure, needs change, right? And so that's part of the process of our conversation with our clients. My conversation with my clients is what are those needs, and let's start there. And then what are your wants, right? We can expand from that. What gives you peace of mind? But certainly with needs, absolutely. Because plans do change a little bit every year as well. So it's always worth that needs analysis, speaking with somebody who can help walk you through that and do the math. And I get health is not linear, right? We can do our best to say, hey, this based on what we understand, this is the best plan for you. And then it doesn't work out that way. That does happen sometimes because health isn't a fixed linear thing. But if you're overall, the way I look at it, if you're 4 or 5 years or 4 out of 5 years or 8 out of 10 years, you're right about the way you bought that health insurance plan, then most likely you're going to save money.
Yeah, you got to just make the call, and don't call these places on TV. You're going to be talking to someone, I don't even know where they're at. There could be someone in China for that matter. I have no idea who you're talking to when you call. Dimitri.
Hey, Mark, I have a question for John. Let's say hypothetically a guy doesn't have health insurance at all right now, not through an employer, not personally, nothing. And the guy misses this open enrollment period that ends next week, if I understand correctly. And then if he decides to get health insurance next month, what does he do?
He would have to have a qualifying life event. So
without a qualifying
life event, then you just have to wait until that next open enrollment period, or have a qualifying life event at some point in time.
So the scary part about that, though, Dimitri, is imagine something happens to him.
That's why I was asking.
You can buy private insurance. You just talk about Medicare. But you can always buy private insurance.
Well, that's what I was asking.
Not on the exchange. Not through this. So not an Affordable Care Qualified plan. There are other options that exist out there. They're very few and far between in our state, and they're not comprehensive coverage.
And not only they don't even cover
pre-existing conditions.
Correct. So it's pretty low quality insurance. So somebody could buy it, but if the trigger for shopping is
a medical event,
disease,
then you're not going to.
You're screwed.
So what do you do?
You would have to wait until that next open enrollment period,
or you die, or go back.
Have a qualifying life
event.
Well, you go to the hospital for emergency treatment. They're forced to treat you, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but they got to treat you.
And then you're going to be stuck with a bill.
You're going to be stuck with a $50,000 bill, if not $200,000.
It's called personal responsibility.
I'm not arguing that it's not, and I'm not saying that's a really wise.
It's too bad if you want to take a chance and not enroll.
Oh, it's crazy not to have coverage.
It's your responsibility to get health care.
Yeah, but his real question was, can you sign up in the middle of the year, and it doesn't matter if an event happens or not? No.
There are a lot of qualifying life events. And our state even has one called tax time enrollment, qualifying life event.
What the hell's that?
If you don't have health insurance and you discover that you would be eligible for a tax credit, and you check a box on your taxes saying, I don't have health insurance, and I found out that I get tax credits, then that could open up a window for you to be able to buy health insurance.
So people that maybe even miss open enrollment, it's still worth the call to you guys.
Yeah, we will explore all of that. Yes.
But in general, you're crazy to wait after open enrollment.
I certainly recommend taking care of it now.
Tax return loophole, do you have to wait until April 15th, or can you just do your taxes whenever you want to?
You have to submit your taxes by the deadline and have that box checked.
Wow, that's crazy.
So April 16th, even if you can check the box, you're still stuck without insurance.
Correct.
All right, Pete's got an issue, and I can't believe it. Suzanne, you already know what's going to happen here. I'm already taking deep breaths. I'm going into my yoga breathing.
Oh, wow.
Because I am,
Zen, Mark.
In my opinion, these people have lied to me personally indirectly multiple times now. So I think what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to let Pete talk, but I think I'm going to give out some of the contact information that we have for Panacea Life. But Pete, what is your issue with Panacea?
It's not really an issue. I just can't seem to get a phone number so that I can call them. We made an order for some product of the CBD product over a month ago.
Yeah.
And
did you pay for it?
Shows that yes, I paid for it.
Yeah, you paid for it, and the tracking. So if you look, they gave you a tracking number. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And the tracking number says it hasn't moved.
Yeah, it says that there's...
Yeah, let me tell you, you're one of so many now, and all I hear from the owner, Leslie, is it's the post office problem. So now, this all started over a month ago with numerous calls. You're not the only one, Pete. Honest to God, I wouldn't use these people anymore, and it really hurts me to say that, because I used to love these guys when Jamie worked there.
We all did.
When Jamie worked for him, and Jamie parted ways with him last year, and I'm telling you, it went to hell. He was
the linchpin. He made sure
he held the whole company together.
Absolutely.
He was the doctor. He was everything.
At this point, shouldn't they just be disputing their credit card charges
I don't think
find a different company to order from?
In my opinion, they're thieves, and Suzanne just said the exact thing. Say it again.
I think you should dispute your credit card charge and go with a different company. Maybe we can get some referrals for you on the show.
I'm
it's
sick
just
and
a
tired
shame.
of Panacea. I think she's lying to me. How many times can the post office screw up and not ship multiple orders? And here's what they do. Do you guys realize what I could do right now with the shipping label? I can go to FedEx, I can get a shipping label, and I can assign it and give it to Doc. He goes on there, and yes, there it is. It's Doc and his address, but it says it hasn't been picked up yet. And just because I give you a tracking number doesn't mean I shipped the damn thing. A tracking number means anything. In fact, I think con artists use tracking numbers to fool people. And I'm not saying these guys are con artists, but Leslie, God, I hope you go back and listen to this. We talked good about you guys forever because you did good. Now, I can't believe how many complaints we're getting.
We're getting them almost weekly now, Mark.
They're more than weekly. Some are
Disheartening.
multiple weeks. I would not use Panacea. I would not use
Panacea
them,
Life
period.
Sciences is what they're called.
I wouldn't use their products. And it's unfortunate because the people that use their products for numerous years, we haven't endorsed them for years. I mean years. But back when we did it, I still, up till 6 months ago or whenever Jamie was there, we would have people call up saying, this is the best CBD product we ever had. But you know what? If they can take your money and not fulfill the order, to me, in my opinion, that's what I call a thief at some point. And Leslie, I want to see your text again. You know, the last one was, I'm going to take a break. I'm a little late. I'm going to read Leslie's text, her last one to me, about a different client after this. Times can she tell me it's done?
We used to be good friends with them.
When Jamie was a part of it.
No, it was Leslie and her husband.
Oh, you
because
personally?
Our kids were the same age. So they went to the same school.
Give Kelly, hold on. I want to see if Leslie will come on.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me give the number.
Well, looks like he's back in California.
ZeroResDenver.com. You want the best carpet cleaning out there in the Denver metro area, I want you to call Zero Res Denver. They use a high alkaline, super soft. This water's special. In fact, they call it ZR water, but it's one of the best cleaning agents in nature. It has no soaps, emulsifiers, or solvents, anything like that. They clean it with hot water extraction using this water. They have certain equipment that does the best dirt attracting. You get rid of everything in there. And what I loved about it when they did our house, we've had other carpet cleaners come in and clean. And guess what happens about 3 or 4 days later? First of all, a lot of them, it takes a day to dry the carpets. Not with these guys. They know what they're doing. But 3-4 days later, you don't get that wicking. You don't get that dirt. Those same spots you hired them for come back. Not with ZeroResDenver.com. By the way, they do tile and grout cleaning and granite cleaning, mattress cleaning, area rugs. They have commercial cleaning services. Check them out at Denver, ZeroResDenver.com. And by the way, last thing, $33 a room right now. The first 3 rooms, $33 or $33 an area. ZeroResDenver.com. Let's talk about Art of Granite. Mitch Florio, one of my favorite companies. I have not only been talking about Mitch for years and years. He has been out to our house. He's done 2 bathrooms, a laundry room, and part of our kitchen. We just had him come out and do brand new, beautiful quartz. Is it quartz, Suzanne, in our bathroom?
So beautiful, Mark. It is quartz.
He did it around the tub area. He did the new countertops. He even went into where the commode is and did the windowsill with quartz. Our bathroom looks absolutely unbelievable. It looks brand new, like out of a parade of homes. We love this guy. His pricing is great. And Mitch will actually give you ideas in a quote right over the phone. You might have to take a couple pictures, but go to theartofgranite.com, theartofgranite.com. And the last one I want to talk about this break is Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. It is so hard to think about going from a working life and that kind of cash flow into retirement. You got to think of all different kinds of things. You got to, of course, think of the cash flow or the income you need each month to maintain your life or change your life, however you want to look at it. You got to look at the investments that create that cash flow, that income. You got to look at the taxes. Where's the best place to take money from? How much tax ramifications if I take from this pot compared to the other? You got to think about health care like we're talking about today with John at Integra. And then, of course, legacy. Maybe you own a business or something and you want to pass that on to your offsprings or your brother or somebody. They can help you with every bit of it. They're more than just managing investments. They help you with every aspect of your retirement life, including long-term planning. Give them a call, 970-663-3211, or check them out. This is easier. Go to RP, as in retirement planning, rpcenter.com, rpcenter.com.
Oh, I was going to say, Newsom wasn't out of town.
Okay.
It was the mayor.
Oh, the mayor.
But did you notice what Biden did for a change? He read from a piece of paper. So somebody must have told him, look, from now on until the next 2 weeks, if you're going to speak to people, have a notepad.
I saw Gavin Newsom, though, say, thank you you've been here from the moment this thing started. Thank you for being here. He was out there because of the 2 national monuments that that's why Biden was originally there. He just happened to be there when the fire started. He wasn't there right away because of the fire. But Newsom certainly just made it sound like he was.
At least he read from something so he wouldn't look like a total moron.
I gave Kelly Leslie's number.
Oh, good.
And then Steve-O Deluxe. Thanks for that referral.
Let's get, Kelly, if we can get her on and just tell her I'm fed up with it. It's the same excuse every time.
Yeah.
Listen, I hate the USPS. I think we should
Mark,
get rid of it.
If when you go to the tracking, if it's stalled on no tracking, that means it simply hasn't been shipped. It's nothing to do with USPS.
Yeah,
it's
it hasn't left.
It hasn't left. They've created a label, but it's not been sent out. That's what they do. It's bullshit.
And she's told me so many times, we looked into it, and it's the post office's problem.
Once you can create the label, so that's what the post office has. But until it's dropped off and shipped, they have nothing.
A Chapter 11. I wonder if they're sitting here trying to plan some shit. I have no idea what they're up to.
Trying to collect funds or something. Yeah, I think we just need to tell people to dispute their information or their credit card charge, really. And it's a shame.
Did we get all his information?
Kelly, did you get his info? Is he on?
I can't hear.
He hung up.
Okay.
Mark, I got to bounce about 1 o'clock.
But I did talk to Leslie, and she said that she is actually about to go into a meeting, but I'm going to call her back at 12:45.
Okay.
There's going to be 52 in Greenland and Canada.
So she's going to come on.
That's what she said.
Good. Yeah.
We'll see about Greenland, though. That one's an interesting one.
Although I didn't allude to the fact that it may get heated.
Well,
don't. It doesn't matter. I can already tell you she knows that from our text back and forth. Her last one, it might have been an email. She's like, I know Mark doesn't believe me. Well,
I didn't like her snarky last email was, where is it, Mark? And I was like, I don't like the way that was replied. Hi, we will send out another package as the post office status has it.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
All right. 303-713-8255. Kelly, did you reach out to Leslie?
I did.
And what did she say?
She reiterated the fact that all of the orders, to her knowledge, have been delivered. Yeah. However, I told her that we had a caller today, and if she would come on and answer some questions, and she said, not right now, but I'm going to call her back at 12:45. So
great. So we're going to talk to her on air at 12:45 because we just had another one. And I'm just blown away by it. And up on Neil, I have no idea what that is, Kelly. I think you just need to fill that in. Who's been holding the longest here? 1202 Cynthia. Cynthia, you have a question for me. What is go ahead, Cynthia.
Hi, Mark. First of all, let me tell you, I've been a listener for at least 45 years because my daughter is 48.
He's been around. Tom has been here 45 years.
Yeah, I have used all of Tom's recommendations, and I remember when you and him used to argue like cats and dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And now you sound just like him, which is a compliment because I love him.
I'm going, wait a minute, where's this going? But okay
but
listen, I'll take that.
This. It's been bugging me, and I just don't want you to yell at me.
Uh-oh. I promise I won't yell.
Okay. I want to know why you voted for Trump when character matters. I mean, that's in integrity. And I use all of your services. I have been using Fix-It 24/7 for years.
I got it, Cynthia. You can just ask the question without trying to make yourself, sound special.
I just want to know why. How do you square that?
I square it pretty easily. Okay, first of all, I don't want to ask you a question as an answer to a question, but I'm going to start with that. When you have somebody like Biden that has taken money from Ukraine, or his son and lied about it, and now we're seeing pictures of him at the meetings we have never seen, of course, during it. When you vote for somebody like Biden that, along with Hillary Clinton and the Obamas, tried to go after Trump for bogus Russia, where nothing ever happened, when you have states like New York that actually changed laws in retrospect just to go after one person, and I guarantee every one of those felonies will be thrown out. I don't see where any of the character is in that. And then I'll give you the biggest one, who my parents, who are probably way more liberal than you, quite frankly, Cynthia, my parents can't stand the fact he looked him straight in the eye through the television and told everybody in this country he would never pardon that coke-doing, whore-screwing son of his. So that is not character whatsoever, and Biden raised his son. And his son is now, I believe, married to his dead brother's wife. Is that correct? There's just another thing. So when we talk about character, I would say this to you. Trump has more character in his little pinky, in my opinion, than Biden has or Harris has, who couldn't answer any question when she's running for president, in their entire body. That's how I would answer that.
Well, can I just say?
Of course.
So we have to dissect character and get in where we fit in accordingly, I guess. That's just the name of the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all. That's all I wanted to know.
I think it's more of, and I'll tell you something else for people. I like it. Okay, I'm going to be honest. A lot of people go, oh, I like his policies, but I don't like the man. I mean, I hear that more than anything about Trump, and a lot of people do. We can all agree on that.
Can I just say 3 words?
Let me finish. I'll let you say all kinds of stuff, Doc. But here's what I truly think and believe. And listen, me and Ross Kaminsky have arguments about this all the time. Me and Martino, me and a lot of people. But here's the bottom line. I like it. I like how arrogant he is. I like he wants to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. And I like that he puts that out there in the news and pushes all these people's buttons. I like that he says, we're going to take this straight back. I like that he says, I'm going to go in and take Greenland. I love this stuff. I think America first. I want my kids to be more successful, and your children and their children to be more successful than anybody else in the world. I don't want to have to go to a hospital that's 30% over capacity, like we were talking about, because of illegal immigration and a homeless problem that the liberals do. So I like his ideas. I like his policy. And quite frankly, I love his approach to him. Doc?
Immigration, inflation, unemployment.
Cynthia, I really do appreciate you calling. I mean, you call up and you say stuff, but now that I'm done ranting, as I know some people are going to say, I'm very curious. What are your thoughts on what I said? What is your retort?
Well, I respect you guys so much, and that's why it was so hard for me to ask that question, because I don't like to, have people in politics because it's such a heated deal.
Boy, you got that right.
Cynthia, do you think that Harris had the intelligence, the integrity, and the chutzpah to really represent our country without laughing like a hyena at public meetings?
Well, let's not even get into that kind of personal attack.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. The point is that I just wanted, for some people that I respect so much, Tom and Mark, I love you as well. You guys are like brothers. And I was so glad when you guys came on together. And I've been a listener for so long. I could tell you how Tom first initially helped me back in the day.
Awesome. You know what I want to know real quick? What did he do? I want to hear that.
Well, my daughter is 48, but back in the day, her dad used to pay me child support through social services. Well, social services never gave me my money from him until the 15th of the month, which made me late on all my payments. Tom got involved, and it changed that experience.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I when Rosa Novak was here, I don't know if you remember that car dealership. Tom helped me with that. A rental car hit my car and knocked it clear down the street, and I had to chase it back to Rosa Novak, which used to be in the area of National Jewish Hospital back in the day.
Well,
and so he's been a lifesaver.
I love it. And you know what, Cynthia?
I just wanted to ask you.
Hold on, Cynthia. You know something? I want to take credit for something here. I think when it comes to politics, I think I've kind of brought Tom around a little bit.
I think you have too.
He would probably argue that as he's gotten older, or as people get older, you get more liberal. I don't know how that works because I haven't reached that. I would almost argue the opposite, but I think Tom has gotten more conservative.
Yeah, it's the opposite. I've gotten more conservative, but I think you've mellowed Tom out.
Hey, give me a go Trump.
I'm sorry?
Oh, dear.
Give me a go Trump.
Oh, for me to go Trump? No, I don't think so.
Oh, I tried. I tried to bring her around. It didn't work. 303. Hey, Cynthia, thank you. 303-713-8255.
She was a sweetie.
I just think if you've ever seen Kamala try to answer a question that's not scripted, it's like a 3-year-old.
She could have been she could have been a worse president than Biden by far.
How? She would be doing the same thing that Biden's doing. She would just be doing what everybody else is telling her to do.
Well, that's probably true, actually.
Like,
she was, I'll tell you.
She wouldn't be doing anything on her own. Like, Biden hasn't done anything on his own. It's the entire party that would be running it.
Soros, basically.
That too, who just got a Medal of Freedom.
I know, can you believe it? He's handing out medals of freedom like they're
pardons and medals of freedom.
It doesn't mean anything.
You want to change. I was surprised.
Well, that's all he does is water him down. All right, hold on, guys. Vestera Turnkey. I want to tell you what they do, and I'm going to say it as quick as I can, but I want you to understand what a great company they are for investments, okay? It's not like a retirement plan, although they can actually help you sell a property if you have a commercial property or a second property and roll it over so you don't have to pay taxes on it. They can do all that, but here's what they do. They find hot economies across the country, maybe a place Microsoft's moving into next year, something along those lines, a popping economy. After they find that, they find the right properties to buy, and then you actually purchase them. That's what they do for you. They find this stuff. You buy the property, you get the deed, it's your property. There's no funny business going on. Then what happens is they find a great management company to run it. So you have a tenant in there, you're cash flowing every single month. Then as it appreciates and you can make some good dime on the property, they sell it for you. They do all that for $395 a year. Can you believe it? And you can sell it anytime you want. It's your property. We have callers. They've been around 30 years. We have callers that have invested a couple $100,000 with Barry, and now they're worth well over $1 million. It's an incredible way to own property, your property, but someone else does all the work. You just count the money. 303-888-3788. Really, call Barry, 303-888-3788, or check him out at VesteraTurnkey.com. Sheridan Auto Tech, Uncle Kevin. Man, do I like Uncle Kevin. He can work on any car you have out there, foreign, domestic, pickup, SUV. I don't care if it's new, if it's old, if it's got an electrical problem. He's got some of the best electrical technicians in the entire state of Colorado. They can figure out any weird issue with wiring harnesses or anything going on. On top of that, they can do an alternator, a brake job, an engine. They can do whatever you want done on your vehicle. They've got a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. They can do a pre-purchase car inspection. He's done tune-ups, brake jobs. Yeah, you name it, this guy's done it. He has lived and breathed the automotive business forever. He's been on our referral list for over 15 years. He's the owner. He's got a great crew. I promise you'll love him just like I do. Go to SheridanAutotech.com for more info. SheridanAutotech.com.
Did you look up that indoor golf league?
No, I am right now.
Real quick. It's insane looking.
Indoor golf.
So it's a stadium, too. It's all indoors.
Is it in Denver?
It can seat thousands of people to watch.
Did it open?
Yeah, last night was the debut. It had lava, laughter, and a radical twist on the...
Is it here in Denver?
It's arena golf.
Oh, my God.
No, it's SoFi, but it's not SoFi Stadium, but it isn't... Oh, it's in Florida, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Of course it's in Florida, because that's where they all live.
Did he build this out with those Saudis?
I have no idea.
What's that new league called? What?
Oh, that's different. That's the...
No, I'm saying, are they an investor in this?
The
I don't know.
LIV
I have no idea.
The Saudi-backed LIV tour, that's something totally different.
Okay.
My guy would have nothing to do with that. He's
a loyalist.
diametrically opposed to that league.
Okay.
Or to that tour, I should say.
Look how big this place is.
Oh, I see. The green is set
behind them. So after they get close enough,
it goes up
around.
And it rotates. Look, the green is set on a hydraulic system that allows it to rotate and morph into topography.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's topography.
But he has perfect diction.
To each his own, Sob Guy 303.
What did he say?
Mark, again, you are on the wrong side of politics, and your facts are colored by your bromance for Trump. Trump is very low energy person. Blah blah blah. There's no proof that Joe Biden had to pay to play with Ukraine. Mark,
he did. Let's put up. Let me see if I have enough time to put up
a poll.
I'm going to put up a poll. If this guy's a moron. No, I just want to ask if this guy's. I just want to see what other people think. I'm just curious.
He does listen to your show.
I don't care. Listen, more people that hate me listen to the show than like me.
That's not fair because we call our YouTubies the Martino moron. Got to come up with a different name.
Yeah, you're right.
A different descript.
Let's see here.
An idiot, maybe.
Well, I don't know if he's an idiot.
Yeah, I don't know what the right word would be.
I'm just going to say, is he crazy? There's a nice way.
Cray.
Start a poll. What's his name?
Sob, S-A-A-B,
S-A-A-B,
G-U-Y,
G-U-I,
303.
303.
Sob Guy 303.
Is it capitals or no?
No, it's all lowercase.
Ah, damn it. Sob Guy. Who the hell would own a Sob? Let's just go right to there, dummy. Who in the God's name would own a Sob?
A European.
Sob 303?
Sob Guy 303.
Oh, my God, a Sob Guy. Okay, well, now I know you're an idiot.
That explains everything.
That does explain everything.
Multiple radio intercepts of LA.
I can't believe it. Sob Guy. There's a guy out there that actually likes Sobs.
Oh, yeah. There are a bunch of them out there.
There we go. Okay, I put the poll up. I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. So we'll see. So, Sob Guy, you hang in there, bro. My God. Jeez Louise. I love people that, even though there's now pictures of Biden and his son sitting down with people in Ukraine, literally photographs, they don't believe it when he said he's never met them. They don't believe that. How is that even possible, Sob Guy?
Hunter Biden is a hot mess. I often wonder how much of his addiction was developed by having his mother, brother, and sister life expire, Sob says.
True, that couldn't have been easy.
Oh, it couldn't be easy. 303-713-8255. You know what? I'm going to jump back to the phones, but I just need to make a comment. So if you go to youtube.com and you type in Troubleshooter Network, there's basically a show within a show. Something I've learned over the years is we end up doing more, I don't even like calling them politics. I call it real world, but whatever. You can refer to them however you want. Than we used to do. And really where that all turned was COVID. I mean, COVID is really where everything kind of did get political when you're forced to get shots and people getting fired and businesses shut down. You can call it political, but I know a lot of the lefties out there, they had to get their shot. They had to get all that. And I got a flu shot too, or I'm sorry, a COVID shot or whatever they call it. I remember the COVID shot was a vaccine. And then it found out that if you get it, you can still give it to people and you can still get it. So they redefined a vaccine, which is the most insane thing in the world. So anyhow, I just got a comment on YouTube from, first of all, the guy's name is Saab.
Saab guy 303.
As in the car nobody in their right mind would ever buy. A Saab. So, and what was the comment, Suzanne? So she had to fire me up during the break. That's what this comes down to.
Mark, again, you are on the wrong side of politics, and your facts are colored by your bromance for Trump. Trump is very... low
they were indicted yesterday.
Oh my God!
Well,
thank
it
God.
gets more than that. It's more than that. They got thrown in the slammer.
Give us a little background on what these guys were doing, Dimitri.
Oh well, Sean Schwab is a proud member of our ignominious Sleaze Brigade, and there's a picture of him there. And so he and his dad operated this scam. They have dozens of victims. They finally got indicted for many counts of theft, as well as multiple violations of the COCA. And that's a really big deal. That's the Colorado Organized Crime Control Act. So they got thrown the slammer. They're in Denver right now, and there's another hearing on Monday, and I might actually stop by the courthouse to see what's going on over there.
Man, but you said they got thrown in the slammer.
$1.1 million bail each.
Wow.
And they had to give up, apparently they had multiple passports. So the judge made them turn in.
These guys were ready to split town.
Oh, yeah. And Sean.
How much money do you think how much money is the DA saying they snagged?
You know, they said that there are dozens of victims ranging from 5,000 to $250,000. And it's hard to say, but Sean is he's got tons of photos on social media. It's like he was pretending to be some kind of an influencer.
That's
so
crazy.
He's in Miami. He's got fancy watches. He's got Lamborghinis.
And it's all fake.
Oh, it's all fake. It's all stolen money.
Well, yeah, or fake in both.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Meaning he's trying to look richer than even from the money he stole.
I'm sure these were rental Lamborghinis.
So, George, man, I love the follow-up you gave. I feel horrible for you getting taken for $350,000 from these thieves. I mean, these apparent thieves.
Well, we were able to get a judgment. We got a judgment over $350,000, which we also have.
Yeah, but do they have any assets? Do they have assets?
They do have assets. Yeah.
So they seize some assets.
Well, there's going to be a laundry list of people that are going to try and get retribution because of all the everything they've been defrauded.
Yeah.
They were in Denver 7 News. Denver 7 News last night did a news article on them, similar to what the other gentleman was mentioning.
God dang.
The sound's back
looks
there.
good.
Okay.
I just had to kill it and bring it back up.
Okay, I didn't want to.
Hey, YouTubers, that we had a complete power outage. The only reason you could still hear us, well, you couldn't hear us. You guys couldn't, but over the radio is because of the backup generators. But it should be good now. What's up, John? Yeah, I know. In fact, John came on and said that big time. No, I get it. Yeah. Yep. What is it? People turning 65 covered under spouse's plan.
What?
If you have group insurance, do you have to go on Medicare? Your dad's
No,
dad.
but no, it just depends on the size of the group.
All right, bye.
But I don't know that that's, I mean, I think it's more important with the time, like, it is open enrollment if you have a Medicare Advantage plan. You can switch it.
How long do you have?
Let's say 10 minutes.
So you can stay at the opening of the next hour.
Technically, yeah.
I'll get you in real quick, then you can split.
Okay, thank you.
And that's good time to get in right at the beginning.
I just have a client I have to meet with at 2:15.
All right, listen, I got to look now and see if I was correct. Damn it. Is Saab guy 303 crazy? Let's go to the polls. Let's go to the polls.
89% say he's crazy.
89% say you're nuts. The people have spoke.
Well, the people spoke 2 months ago.
Yeah, the people spoke. In fact, millions and millions and millions, more than any other vote in the world, have already spoke there, Saab guy. Good
Tim,
point.
we lost the connection to our remote PC when that power went out. There was really nothing we could do about that. Our video PC isn't even in this building. Electrician IT guy there. Do I have that right? Our video PC isn't even in this building. I was afraid maybe they lost power there.
You guys have audio now, right?
I think so. I can check. It looked like we had audio.
Yes, I assure you, YouTube has audio.
Yeah, there we go.
While listening to Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
All right, 303-713-8255. We only have John Jones Jr. for a little more time. Neil's got a problem with Waste Connections, which is crazy. Neil, you're going to be first up right after the break. And then, Mike, I'll follow by you. I'm simply going in times. And then an issue with the catalytic converter we're going to be talking about. I'm not sure what that is. But John Jones Jr., I know I'll have you for a few minutes. But really, when we talk open enrollment, the most important part is the window's closing. If someone hasn't shopped their health insurance, it is time to do it now. Most cases, they have till the 15th.
Yes, sir. So for individual and family under age 65, if you buy your own health insurance through Connect for Health Colorado or direct with an Affordable Care Act qualified health insurance a company that offers Affordable Care Act qualified health insurance plans, the deadline is January 15th, and that's to get a February 1st effective date. Like I said, if you started the process through Connect for Health, you'll have a couple more days to get that enrollment in. But yeah, I mean, keep in mind, for most people out there, there's over 80 plans to try to sort through.
Oh my goodness.
And so you
might save money, might have more tax credits. I mean, you might be able to find a better plan if you have surgeries coming up this year.
Yes, sir. So that's what we're going to have all those conversations to really help narrow that down real quick and try to pinpoint what's going to help you out the best.
Folks, these guys dig into you and your family and needs. They're not like these 800 numbers they run on CNN late at night or whatever. These are people that live in our community, John and his dad and his mom, they live this stuff. Their team lives this stuff. They know all the best plans, but the most important part is they know the plan for you. There's a big difference between a 24-year-old shopping and a 40-year-old shopping. They know all the tax credits. They know everything. They're going to listen to your needs and make the recommendations. It costs you nothing. Seriously, nothing. Call these people, 303-466-5500, 303-466-5500. John?
And real quick, I did want to, there is another open enrollment. If you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, certainly open enrollment for that. Annual enrollment period ended on December 7th. But if you're on a plan, you got sold a plan, or you're on a plan that you're not happy with, you have January 1st for Medicare Advantage. You have between January 1st and March 31st to do that.
We're going to talk about that after the break. That's very important. 303-466-5500. One line open, 303-466-5500. That's Integra Insurance. I'll see you in about 6 minutes.
Your Denver Broncos are back in the playoffs. After battling through the peaks and valleys of a hard-fought regular season.
Intercepted. This is
Coach. What was Doc?
He hit next event during the end.
Oh. He's just... Ken.
I'm blaming you. No, don't have the button.
It's called the blame chair over there. That's
Anybody
the
there
blame
does
chair.
everything. Anybody that can reach this panel is generally at fault.
I was interested to hear the comments.
Hey, Dragon, I'll take one for the team.
But they're not on there anymore.
What was it? I did too, but I told him.
No, it's all right.
He's, I think, is that Mike, who I think it is, Mike?
What? Which one?
It was a comment on the hospital. It could have been a horrible, if it's who I think it was.
You mean,
I would have no idea.
Mystery Mike? Is that who you're talking about?
No, not Mystery Mike. There's another Mike.
Oh, another Mike.
Homeless Mike.
Homeless. That's Mystery Mike.
Is it?
Mystery Mike's homeless, I think.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I kind of like Mystery Mike.
Yeah, he's he doesn't sound homeless.
Do you love how we just name people? If you ever listen to the Howard Stern show, everybody's named.
At least.
Wendy the retard. Who else does he have? I don't know. He's changed so much, though.
We have our,
I don't
our
think
special names for our special people.
I haven't listened to Howard in God knows how many years now.
Yeah, you got fed up with his politics.
Oh, my God, he wouldn't stop ever since Trump. I mean, I basically...
Yeah, maybe you kind of know how some of our Martino listeners feel. They're like, I just can't listen to the politics.
Yeah, but screw them.
I know.
That's what Howard says
to you. Yep. You used to love Howard Stern.
I always thought he was a jerk.
Well, that's why everybody listens to him. He's great.
I couldn't stand him.
I loved Howard. He's mellowed out, though, so much.
A 65-year-old frat boy.
That's what I love.
Saying the word penis is a joke.
It was, and it was funny as hell for a long time.
He has the most imbecile and immature sense of humor.
And I love every bit of it, Doc, or I did. If you listen to him now, the funny part is you'd probably like him. No, you're too conservative to like him. Well, he's not like
some of the people who 25 years ago were like the most liberal people in the world now actually sound sane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Compared to what
liberal
current standard.
That's what Bill Maher.
Yeah, like Bill Maher, for example.
But Bill Maher, he said, look, I was a liberal Democrat. These people who are on the far left progressive
are insane.
Are not liberal Democrats.
They've hijacked it.
They're progressive ideologues, and he calls them out.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, I always, as conservative as I am, I thought that of all the Democrats, Mario Cuomo would have made a great president. He had charisma, he had gravitas, he was smart.
Wasn't he playing grab ass or something? What did he do?
No, he didn't want to be president.
That is a funny movie case, Private Parts.
Which makes him even more of a candidate.
It's a great story,
His
too.
sons were crazy, but I just thought he was great.
Giants 101.
Hey, it's official, just so everybody knows. I ended the poll. Sob Guy 303 is crazy.
It's crazy. It's certified.
This time of day, it's not going to
The election results are certified.
YouTube certified it.
Can I certify him as an MD? That he's clinically crazy?
And Sob Guy, listen, we just have fun here, man. I don't mind you saying stuff like that, but I do fire back over the bow, so you know. Poor guy probably just wandered in here.
No, Sob Guy 303. I think I've seen him before, but he doesn't chat a lot. Or she, I would assume. Well, it's a he. Sob Guy.
Well, you don't know
no gal
nowadays.
would name herself Sob Guy.
Could have transgendered.
Oh, maybe.
See, you got to ask what their pronoun
You
is.
got to be progressive thinking here.
My goodness. Just like under Obamacare, how my policy, if I'm a single male, I have to pay for an abortion if I need it. I have to pay for that kind of coverage, which is crazy.
You didn't, but and you still don't in a lot of states. The state of Colorado, you do, because our state.
Yeah, in Colorado, a single male has to pay for coverage for an abortion.
Now we do. This year, does it begin this year or next year? But the law passed.
Think of how crazy that is.
It's an essential health benefit. Just like changing your gender is an essential health benefit now. It's insane.
Changing your gender?
They have those, that is part of...
If you were here in a different capacity, I would dive into this stuff, but it's not good for you.
No, I appreciate that.
But that's crazy. I didn't know that passed.
Clients who are transgender.
Well, which is fine, but I mean...
I'm going to treat them all the...
Why do I pay for
the
it?
same.
Yeah, but why do the taxpayers pay for that?
Because Suzanne is paying for your vasectomy.
Oh, shut up.
Their argument is it's mental health.
Mine hurt like a son of a bitch.
Oh, boy, here we go. Let's call the ambulance
You know what I
again.
did on my walk? The smartest thing. I did it the Friday before NFL playoffs.
Oh.
So you have to stay off your feet for 2 days.
Oh.
Yeah.
I stayed on the couch and watched football the whole weekend. Got up Monday.
Mark got his done in June or July before football started, and he was so distraught he wanted to go on a road trip the next day.
So we hopped in and drove to Legoland in California and
with
SeaWorld.
with a 2-month-old and a 2-year-old.
Man, did my
And-
balls hurt.
My wife was in the room making sure he did it right.
God. I had a friend
He
that...
still cries about
The
it.
radiologist was a friend of ours, so it wasn't
I had a friend, Greg, got have you heard of this, a graniola?
a granuloma.
A granuloma. His balls swelled up to the size of a basketball.
That can happen.
It
This
did
is such
happen.
nice
He
talk.
said it was the most painful thing ever.
You cried for 10 years.
Oh, please.
You're still crying about it. It's been 22 years.
If I could go back in time, you would have got fixed.
And I would have done it for you for free.
Oh.
My doctor was like,
it's much easier for the man.
She was an Indian gal. Because as soon as my daughter came out, I said, tie me up. I am never going to be
And she
pregnant
talked her
again.
out of it.
And she's like, she looked at Mark and said, it is much easier on the
Did you have
man than the
epidural?
woman. What?
Do you have an epidural?
Yeah.
Okay, well then it's easier for you. Because the epidural...
Not according to Dr. Varma.
The epidural is already in. It takes 15 minutes to do a total when the epidural is in.
Well, Ken, I just gave birth, so I just listened to what she said.
My wife,
Literally that much of an incision.
My wife did all 5 natural.
Bless her heart.
Natural?
No meds, bless her heart.
One of them, she was given a little bit of laughing gas, and but
Thank you, Tim. Yes, Mark's
That's
a bit of a
nothing.
pansy. That is a good way of putting it.
You know, I'll tell you, women in general, and Doc, you can probably, you delivered thousands of babies. You know, back in the day, my grandmother gave birth in the kitchen floor by herself.
They didn't need you, Doc.
That's why the maternal and fetal mortality was so high.
None of them died.
Well,
She was good at it.
You're talking about one person out of you know, a cohort of millions.
I'm just telling you, you go back far enough, we didn't need hospitals and doctors.
No, they all died. I never had a patient or baby die.
Talk about pansies.
How about that, Mark? Never had a patient or baby die.
Ryan has strong opinions, and I like that.
Dan Caplis.
And Caplis, he keeps fighting the good fight.
On Denver's talk station.
The station I keep it on.
630 K-How.
Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Oh, man, we've got a lot going on behind the scenes, too. So please join us on anytime. You can watch it later on when you get home from work or from back in your car, whatever. I don't suggest watching us on YouTube while you're driving by any
Well,
means.
they could listen about your vasectomy on YouTube.
Oh, let's not go into what we were talking
whining.
about, but you go to youtube.com and then you type in Troubleshooter Network. It's so nice having your wife in with you, in studio with you to point out certain things.
You keep it real on YouTube.
303 Martino. But by the way, seriously, that number works on and off the air, and we've got a full house today. Deputy Doc's next to me on my right, Deputy Dimitri, Kelly, of course, Regen, and then Suzanne. And then we have our guest today, and I'm going to ask him a question real quick. Then we're going to hop. We got full lines, Neil, Bob, Milton, Craig. I promise I'm coming to you. But here's the deal I want to ask John Jones Jr., IntegraInsurance.com. These guys are the health insurance experts. But I didn't realize that if you had an Advantage plan, the open enrollment, because open enrollment for most stuff, Medicare, normal Medicare Part A and B, and then for anything on the exchange, all ends on the 15th. So those people better call quick. And I'll give the number out, but they better call quick to make sure they're in the right plan, they can't save more money, etc. But if you're on an Advantage plan, what?
So Medicare Advantage has a couple enrollment periods. You have your annual enrollment period, which is October 15th to December 7th. That's where you can change your Medicare Advantage plan for the next year, effective January 1st. Then you have an open enrollment period, which is January 1st to March 31st. That's if you got in the wrong plan or you missed the annual enrollment period. Wrong Advantage plan. So this is only Medicare Advantage, not prescription drug plans. Not Medicare supplements don't deal with really any of that.
If you're in an Advantage plan right now and don't like it, you can switch to another Advantage, but you can't switch to regular Medicare.
No,
A and
it's
B.
also the Advantage disenrollment period, so you can disenroll from Medicare Advantage. However, to get a Medicare supplement, if you've been on that Advantage plan longer than 12 months and it's your first time on that plan, then you have to medically qualify for the supplement. So we want to make sure that you don't just disenroll and see, because then you could just be stuck with original Medicare and nothing else. So we want to make sure you qualify for a supplement if you wanted to do that.
Here's the people I want. Well, I want everybody to call you with any health insurance questions, but here's the people, based on what you just said, I really want you to call. And I'm going to give an example with Suzanne's mom. Your mom has Medicare Advantage. She called about 2 weeks ago. We were driving home from the show, and she goes, hey, guys, what do you think of this? I got to wait 3 months to go in and have my knee x-rayed. Her knee's been bothering her forever. She needs a new knee, but, people don't want to do it. But regardless of the point, in order to actually get to the right doctor, she's got to have the imaging done. And it was a 3-month wait because she's in an Advantage plan. I'd argue that all day long because her coverage is only inside that plan, right? Almost like an HMO.
Well, and it could be an HMO. A lot of Advantage plans are, where you have a specific network of doctors and hospitals that you have access to. Yes, sir.
But wait, let me finish here. So they have a 3-month wait, and she's in Atlanta, Georgia. And listen to this, 3-month wait just to get in there. I told her, I said, well, if you had normal Medicare A and B, you can go to most doctors out there. You wouldn't have to stay in the plan. Hell, she could come to Colorado and get it done, right?
Correct. So any doctor or hospital that accepts original Medicare.
Which is almost everybody.
It's about, I think, approximately 93 or so percent.
So think about that. 93% coverage. If you're in an Advantage plan, there's not many advantages that I know of. Now, listen, these guys are the expert. Some people, they simply don't want to pay anymore, and that's a lot of people with the Advantage plan. But what they're not thinking about is time they might have to wait for any form of in-network service. And then the other thing is how much... how do you put this? Just the care in general. You want to go to the best cancer doctor in the world or the best doctor for this or that. That's not going to be in your network, and you can't leave your network. But if you're in Medicare A and B, that opens up the whole damn country to you almost.
Sure, and everybody. Then that's where we're gonna ask questions. We're going to fact find. We're going to do a needs analysis. We're going to have those conversations. And number one, it's education. We want you to be educated and understand what Medicare does, how it works, what a supplement is, what an Advantage plan is. We do both. We'll help you. We can help individuals either way. So yeah, we can help walk you through that. If you are on an Advantage plan though currently and you're not happy with it, or you do have the ability to change, you have that open enrollment period, which is January 1st to March 31st.
I'm telling you, call these guys. You're going to see, all these commercials with Fonzie and everybody else. A guy that was on Heart to Heart back in the 80s is trying to sell these people out there, you want to go with someone local, you call Integra. It's simple as that. You can go to integrainsurance.com. We've known John and Day and all the ownership and all the employees. They're great people. They'll never steer you wrong. They're going to put you in what is right for you and yours. 303-466-5500. And please, I know this sounds like a commercial, but the bottom line is it helps. I don't know what else to say. These guys help you. If you haven't made the call and checked different options, you're crazy. Things change every year. And open enrollment stops on the 15th for a lot of stuff. And then that Advantage, I want you to rethink that. The Advantage plan, and I've learned firsthand from Suzanne's mom, 3 months to get imaging done because of where they're at, and they can't go out of network, or they end up paying cash. It's insane. 303-466-5500. Hey, John Jr., I appreciate it, man. It was a great show. It was great having you in, and I love the information you give to our listeners.
Thank you, Mark, and thanks for having me in.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Now, before I jump to the phones, I'm going to do this. We've got Leslie. She's the owner of Panacea Life On. I have contacted, I'm just going to pull her up. Doc, I've got to be able to talk here. So, Leslie, first of all, I appreciate you coming on. But honestly, Leslie, I'm getting a little frustrated. We had another call today. They're telling me the shipping label for the product shows us it's never shipped. It hasn't moved. It's not going towards them. But their credit card's already been charged. And we're going on almost 45 days. Leslie, I mean, how do we appease these people? How do we get them their product? How do we get this back to normal?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. It's Leslie. Well, I want to explain a couple things first.
Please.
One, we had our long-term fulfillment person unexpectedly left in late November, and so this did cause us some issues. And now we've, rehired somebody. They've been trained, and so we're back up and running. But that did cause us a week blip, the 1st of December. Also, we discovered a December 3rd shipment. All of the shipments on December 3rd were lost by the post office. So we're now just sending those, trying to figure that out, send those back out. And then the post office didn't help us at all with the Christmas and things like that. You've sent me several customers. Most of their packages were sent out. They're just sitting in a post office somewhere. So we've gone ahead and reshipped those customers their product. And, I heard from one of the customers yesterday, they both received 2 products almost on the same day. So,
well, I'm sick of getting the calls, Leslie. I just can't sugarcoat it anymore. I hope you guys get back up to snuff, because I'm going to tell you, here's what I hear. My credit card was charged and I haven't got my products, but, and here's a but you're going to like, believe it or not, but I love the product. But I don't know what to do anymore because I can't get in touch with anybody and I'm not getting my product. So they love the product. They don't want to switch to another company. So your brand loyalty is great. The product is great. But man, we've got to get it to these people. I mean, really, I understand the different things that happen, but here's what the consumer hears. They lost an employee. I didn't get it. Oh, the post office
or they
lost
simply
a
can't
shipment.
get through. To find out a status.
Yeah, or the other thing is they can't get through to you. Look, I don't think you guys are devious or anything like that, but just please stay on the ball with this. Hopefully the new person works out. And I do appreciate you coming on the air. That shows me that you really do care and you guys aren't, walking away or something. We love talking about your product back in the day. We never got one complaint for years and years. Then all of a sudden when we get all these, the first thing that goes into my mind is, oh my God, are they going out of business? What's going on? Did Leslie sell and someone else owns it? It's just kind of like that. You follow me?
Yeah, I understand and appreciate your interest. But if anybody needs anything, we'll get back to them right away. They should just email sales@panacealife.com.
And I got your word on that. You guys will reply to them, so I'm not getting ones going, I can't get a reply.
No, we do it the same day, for sure.
So say it again, please.
Sales, SALES, at Panacea Life Tom.
I love it. Thank you, Leslie. I really do appreciate you coming on. That shows me a lot of integrity right there. And for the people waiting, once again, the guy that called today, what was his name? Pete?
And then there was someone on YouTube who's very concerned about his order, and he was going to listen in.
Yeah, so the person on YouTube that's listening right now, and Pete, I assume you're still listening, email her today, and if you don't hear back from him, let me know tomorrow. But I believe her. I do believe Leslie. She's an honest woman. She's a very successful woman. She created a great company, and now that I can talk to her and kind of understand a little more, but you know, the other part to that is, and no offense to her, but you can only take so many excuses. I don't care what the excuses are, valid, invalid. I mean, a month and a half, 2 months goes by, you've been charged for something and don't get it, you're going to be frustrated.
And if you lose your fulfillment person for orders, why even take orders? That's
why charge the credit card?
Charge the card.
Yeah, but anyhow, let's hope this is done and over with. And remember, if you do have an issue, sales at PanaceaLife.com. Sales at PanaceaLife.com. Where did I leave off here? I got to take a break. Then we'll come back. Who's been waiting the longest?
Neil with Waste Connections.
Neil's got a problem with Waste Connection. Neil, I promise you're up next right after this. And then Milton has a issue with a motorhome dealer. That's interesting. And then a catalytic converter. And then Craig has an update on this Kia thing. I met him at Kia, if that's the right Craig.
Oh,
and I'm dying to see what that update is. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Oh, it was. The update was he's going to... Got it. That is a great update. Okay, where is O'Brien? O'Brien Legal Services, Bradley O'Brien, he's the principal. Of course, he's the attorney, the main attorney over there. But they're real estate lawyers for residential and commercial. Why would you need an attorney for that if you have, for example, a realtor? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they can go over everything. They can do the review of the entire contract. They can look over the buying and selling docs, depending on what side you're on. They can look at the loan docs with the bank. And if you're doing commercial stuff, a lot of this can be really complicated. How about a lease? How about if you're a landlord in Colorado? You realize all the rule changes in the last few years? Your lease could be just not worth anything. So you want to call him up. He can eyeball your lease, write you a new lease. He can do a lot of different things. He can help you with a dispute with, say, a neighbor that's claiming the fence is on their side when it's really on yours. They can talk about easements, adverse possession, which I hope you never got to deal with. How about if someone liens your house and you need help? Or how about you did some work at somebody's house or at their business and they're not paying you? He can help you put a lien on that property. He can help with everything out there that has to do with real estate. Check him out at olslaw.com. olslaw.com. Bradley O'Brien, great guy. He's on the show with us all the time. And let me tell you about another company I really like, and I've probably talked about her 3 or 4 times today. Brooke with Red Rock Solar. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you have a commercial building or even just commercial property where you could put solar panels, say, out in the field, if it's commercial, there's a good chance, listen, there's a good chance, you call her up and talk to her. After all the grant money she'll get you, and after the tax credits, you pay zero. Maybe 95% of it's covered, but in some cases, zero. Think about that. Then you're creating electricity for free. I really want you to call her for commercial stuff. But for the residential, she is a company we trust with all of our listeners. She's absolutely great. They do everything in-house. They do the sales, the installation. They do the repairs. They can fix other people's systems. If the company went out of business, maybe you want a second opinion. Maybe you have a house and you were thinking, finally, I'm going to pull the trigger on solar. Maybe you want something off-grid with battery backups and generators. They do it all. RedRocksRS.com. RedRocksRS.com. K&H Construction, or I'm sorry, I always say that, K&H Home Solutions. These guys have been in business over 65 years. I'm going to tell you something about the gang over there. They're ethical as it gets. Their pricing is great, and I love the flow. They'll come out. They'll give you a bid on those windows, doors, sidings, whatever you're looking for. They'll give you a bid. You're going to love the salespeople. It's not high pressure. They're out there to try to help. And after they give you the bid, and if you accept the bid, what's going to happen is everything's going to go smoothly. They're going to come out, get those windows installed. You are going to be so happy. It's unbelievable. Since 1956, these guys have been around. If you're looking for windows, siding, or doors, I want you to give these guys a call. 303-421-7100 or khwindows.com. I hope she handles that, Suzanne. I am just so sick of those calls.
We'll see. One guy was like, hey, I'm pissed. I just made an order today, and I'm hearing this. That was a YouTuber. I told him to dispute it and move on, but maybe he'll give it another chance after listening.
I just hope she's not BSing and they're back on.
Yeah.
I think when Jamie went is where the problem started. And then they just snowballed.
You know, the time to charge the credit card is when the order is boxed and ready to be turned over to the post office, not 2 months in advance.
Look at that. L.A. County, all residents in danger. All residents.
That is insane.
I told you, they're all going to come here. That's the problem.
That is just terrifying.
You can buy, well, not yet. You used to be able to buy a lot of houses. We knew someone that sold their condo in, what's SeaWorld in? Not San Francisco. San Diego. They sold it for like $600,000, like a 1,500 square foot little condo, and bought like, for less money, a $400,000 or $500,000 house in Castle Rock that's like 4,000 square feet, brand new.
Oh, it's probably $1.2 million today.
Mexico completely disperses migrant caravans heading to the U.S.
Nice.
They're afraid of that 25% tariff that Biden's going to put on if they don't do it.
They're going to be our 52nd state.
Oh, God, I will.
Because you know who our 51st is, right? Canada.
I don't want Mexico.
You know, someone really smart said, if Singapore bought Mexico in 10 years, it would be the richest country in the world.
It'd be the strictest.
This is what Trump just put. The fires in L.A. may go down in dollar amount as the worst in history of our country. In many circles, they're doubting whether insurance companies will even have enough money to pay for this catastrophe. That's crazy.
Can you imagine insurance companies going broke?
Let this serve and be emblematic of the gross incompetent and mismanagement of the Biden-Newsom duo.
I love Newsom.
Newsom. Oh, I get it.
I sense an insurance company bailout coming.
Oh, can you think Trump would bail them out?
No, but they still got a couple of weeks.
Who was it? Obama bailed them out?
Yeah.
Obama bailed out the auto industry.
The banks, the investment bankers, all the
I tell you what, Obama totally fucked me, man. With the cars for clunkers and the bailouts to the automobile, I would have been rolling in the dough if it wasn't for that guy.
You're already rolling in the dough. How
Didn't
much money you want?
Back then, I was in a fucking Chapter 11 because of him.
Yeah.
Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. Hey, Neil, what's going on with Waste Connections?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Let me guess, you canceled service and they're charging you. Or they're simply not picking up your trash. Which one is it?
Well, all of it.
All the above. Damn, the trifecta. Really, what's going on?
No, I canceled they missed my pickup at first, I called them back, and then they said, well, somebody probably filled it up that overnight. I go, well, my driveway is 700 feet long, and nobody comes down my driveway. But for doing the office thing, calling them a couple of times, talking to the rep, he called me, and he goes, man, you've been a customer for 20 years, over 20 years. What can we do to fix this problem? I thought to myself, I got a full dumpster full of trash, and this idiot's asking me what he can do to fix it.
Yeah, pick it up.
Pick the damn shit up.
Whoop, hit that. I got it. You got it? Okay, you got it. Hold on. Let me put you on hold for a brother. Listen, although when we're just on YouTube, I might occasionally slip
an F-bomb or two.
Well, I wouldn't even go that far, but who knows? I mean, you can call me out on it. But we've got to wait for that delay to build a little, because now I'm a little wary, but I can't wait to hear the rest of the story. In the meantime, and I'll come to you right after this, but an issue with the catalytic converter. What is going on with that, man?
Hey, how
Catalytic.
I don't know if you remember. Yeah, this is Bob here. I talked to you last week about the situation.
To talk to John Fuller.
I don't know who you talked to. If it was last week, I doubt it was me, but clue me in. What's going on? What happened?
Yeah, it was you. You talked to the fella. What happened was I purchased a vehicle, a truck, and the truck had bad Cadillac converters.
Okay.
We went on. We had a conversation with the dealership. They came out and talked to you guys. They indicated that they would pitch in $500.
Oh, I remember that. I do. That was me, and that was like 3 weeks ago,
Yeah, that was out of Greeley.
Okay, all right, I'm off on my time.
Yeah, in fact, the owner, that's fine. The owner actually came on, and I struck a deal with them that you were going to go do whatever, but they were going to send you $500.
Yes.
Okay.
And they hopped all over that, and so did I, because I figured it would be better than nothing. But
yeah.
I've done some research, and I wanted to educate you. I contacted an attorney.
Sure.
There's variables there that would affect me if I were to register the vehicle, knowing that the tags, the Cadillac converters are not there. It's against the law to do so.
Well, no kidding. First of all, you'd have to have the emission test to do that. I mean, everybody knows that. You can't, if you cut the cats off, that's illegal.
Right. So knowing that because the vehicle is new enough to where I don't have to go through emissions doesn't justify them not having to take care of the equipment problem.
Oh, I'd agree with that, but I never would have said anything different. I mean, why are you assuming I didn't know that?
Well, because when you offered them to be part of your club of
referral list.
Yeah.
You told them, but honestly, they were deceiving you because I can't imagine that they didn't realize you can't sell a vehicle to somebody without Cadillac converters, and then knowing that they sold it to me and telling me to go down and register it is also something that's deceptive.
But Bob, there's a couple assumptions here. First of all, are you saying the cats were totally removed from it?
That wasn't part of the original call. He said they failed.
That's what I'm saying. None of this came up in the original call. You said it failed emissions.
No. I said that it will not pass emissions. But they told me that since I didn't have to go through emissions, it would be acceptable to just go down there and just get the tags and not worry about it. But in 2 years, I'll have a $5,000 bill, and not only that.
Yeah, but wait, Bob, you're missing a big part here. This is the part I got to understand. When you finally, if you did go down and wouldn't pass emissions, is it because it needed cats because those cats weren't doing the job, or were they literally cut off?
They were not functioning.
Listen, the semantics is starting to piss me off. Here's what I'm asking. Are the cats physically there? I understand they weren't working. Are they physically there? There's a big difference. Because if that company sold a vehicle knowing there was no cats at all, that's insane.
The cats were there, and we were aware the cats were no good because I went to the dealership to find out because the check engine light was on.
Yes, that's where the call came in. So there's a couple assumptions you're making about this company. One assumption is that every vehicle they get in that is still under the exemption for emissions they go out and run through. You're assuming this company would actually, my God, I'm thinking of like John Elway, or I'm thinking of AutoNation. Imagine if every single car that came in on trade that was under exemption, they go out and they actually run it through emissions. What are they, crazy? Who would spend that kind of money? You're saying you think this dealership knew it. It was exempt. How would they possibly have known it? Bob, why do you think they knew that the cats were bad?
Because after the fact, I took it to the dealership. We called you after we already knew this. They still told me to go down and get the tag with the fact the way it was.
He's worried about a future $5,000 bill, which I'm confused about.
Well, it doesn't have to be confused about. He bought a vehicle. He bought it as is, and it was under exemption. He did not have to go get it. He found out, however long later, that it wouldn't pass emissions. How many days after you bought it did you find that out?
Yes, after I purchased the vehicle.
How many days?
2 months.
Okay, none of it matters. I swear to God. You know what, Bob? I'm glad I got you the $500, but I got to tell you something now. You bought the vehicle as is. It was under exemption. That dealership had no idea it wouldn't pass emissions. 2 months goes down the road after you owned it, and the check engine light comes on. Then the dealership tells you need cats. Okay, that's fine. It's 2 months later. First argument I would say if I was a dealership is it was under exemption when I sold it to you. You didn't need an emissions test, nor did I know it would fail emissions. My second argument would be, it was fine when I sold it to you. The check engine light wasn't on. There was no problem with it. You drove it 2,000 miles or 2 months, whatever it is. Now there's a check engine light on. You bought it as is. There is no implied warranty on it.
Mark, why is he concerned about a $5,000 fine in 2 years? I'm confused on that.
No, he's saying a $5,000 repair of the cats. He's going to have to get the cats done. Bob, I'm sorry, man. Look, I'll give you last word, but you're trying to demonize these people. And by the way, they're not on the referral list. So there. But my point is, listen, Bob, seriously, if you think about the chain of events I just gave, that there is no way, how would they possibly have known it would fail emissions, man?
Because when I called you, they knew. I told them. You knew. I knew.
That was 2 months later.
It doesn't matter. The point is...
Okay, he's done. Just get rid of him. My God, Bob, you know what? I appreciate you thanking me for the $500. If I was that dealership in hindsight, I wouldn't give it to you.
How many people say Cadillac converter? This guy kept saying that.
My God, he just doesn't get it.
Yeah. Boy, he was fired up.
So the way it was resolved, he was going to go to Wyoming. I think it was
Deputy
Dollar.
Like
somebody called,
cheaper.
and they said it was going to be a couple of $1,000, and then the dealer was going to kick in $500. So that's how it was resolved.
It could even be less than that.
Oh, how much is a cat usually?
We called. We actually got prices.
How much are they? I'm just curious.
If you go to Wyoming, anywhere from $500 to $2,000, and that's for multiple cats. A lot of cars. There's some Audis out there that have 6.
Will it pass emissions in Colorado? With Wyoming?
No problem. Zero issue. Zero issue.
Interesting.
888heating.com. You want the best out there, you call these guys. Here's what I love about 888. They're going to come out if you have a problem, say, with your furnace. It's getting really cold right now. It's probably a good time to call them if it doesn't seem to be up to snuff because it's going to get colder. I guarantee we'll drop below zero for a few days at some point. You want the furnace working. You don't want to call them on that day. So if you think there's an issue now, you want to get them out there to look at it. But they're going to come out for a very reasonable price, and they're going to give you all the options. Let's say it needs a blower motor and it's 15 years old. They're going to say, okay, a blower motor is $400, whatever it is. I'm making up prices. And then if you want an option for a new system, they'll give it to you. They have new systems that are so efficient, it's absolutely insane if you're going to be living in the house for a while. And if you're not, or you don't have a lot of money in the checkbook, they have systems that are affordable for everybody. But I love the guys there because they give you the option. 888heating.com. Go there right now. That's their phone number you'll see on there. 888heating.com. 888heating.com. Uncle Kevin Sheridan Auto Tech. Here's the deal with Kevin. He runs a great shop. If you need anything done on your vehicle, you bring it to Kevin. Even if you're under warranty at a dealership, if it's a non-warranty issue, like an oil change or a cooling system flush, any of the maintenance calls for, Kevin can do it, and it doesn't affect your warranty whatsoever, and he'll do it for a better price. And his warranty's better. Listen to this. 3 years, 36,000 miles nationwide. His people are great. His electrical department, they bought Lakewood Electric years ago. These guys can fix any electrical problem in virtually any vehicle I can imagine. SheridanAutotech.com. Uncle Kevin, give him a call. It doesn't matter if it's a repair or if it's maintenance, they do it all. Sheridan Autotech, SheridanAutotech.com. God, that guy, he just doesn't get it.
Well, they get focused in on one issue.
You can get rid of that, dude. I got nothing else to say to the cat.
So someone put...
It's nuts.
Mark, someone on YouTube, MR, put Bob may not be the sharpest knife in the drawer, and then Jim S. says he's not even in the drawer.
God, he's just not getting it.
Tim says he's a spatula.
I mean, how many times can I say it to the guy?
Yeah. Case
he's dogging these people.
Case says his story was much more concise the first time he called in, and Mark was much more understanding too.
And I got him $500.
And you got him $500. And the point is, he waited 2 months to even get it to, get it registered or
the check engine. The check engine light came on 2 months after he bought it.
Right.
Okay, he bought it as is. It's exempt, so they didn't have to give him an emissions
they could have
voucher
been
or
working
anything.
right and then gone bad after 2 months.
If the check engine light wasn't on for 2 months, that's exactly what happened.
But can a dealership fudge the check engine light for a temporary?
No, it's all bullshit. It's just total bullshit.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing they're going to do to stop a check engine light coming on for an emissions problem. I mean, unless if they're, who was it? Volkswagen.
Who was
Volkswagen
the dealer?
Can do it.
Who was the dealership anyway? Do you remember?
Some used car dealership. But the guy, we called him up. Kelly got him on. The guy came right on and said it's under exemption. Then this guy calls up. Did he not say at some point or allude there was no cats?
Right, he was alluding.
He's like, and it's illegal to sell them without cats. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right, but you never told us there was no fucking cats.
What he meant to say maybe was it's illegal to sell them without working cats. I don't know.
Call him back. Tell him I want his $500 just for giving my heart rate. God bless people.
Shoot.
Oh, by the way, just out of curiosity, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Regen Hospital in L.A. is number 5 in the nation.
That's unbelievable. Number 5 in the nation, Doc. Yes. 130% capacity and patients out in the hallway for almost a week.
So,
but no problem with that, liberals out there, Sob SOS or whatever your name is.
It's kind of like Kaiser in a way that once you get to the physicians on staff, you get the best care possible.
Yeah.
Just like with Kaiser,
she loved the doctor. Absolutely loved the doctor.
It's like Kaiser. Sometimes you guys have some problems with administration, but the doctors at Kaiser are great. They're all board-certified physicians. I've never had an issue.
Pardon me, Mark. You have Water Pro, 888, and Retirement and Renew.
I did both Water Pros.
You did?
100%.
Okay, 888, Renew.
I did 888.
Okay, I know you did a live spot, a book spot, but I didn't. Okay.
Who else?
Renew and Retirement. Renew and Retirement. I would assume that's a 30, but I don't.
Can I renew my retirement?
And then remember to go back to the Cusser Neil with Waste Connections.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the funniest, there's this comedian from Finland who does a great act, and he's talking about the English language. He said, I don't understand how the letters are silent. If they're silent, why do you put them in there? He said, well, I ain't sending, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have numbers be silent. So my bill from this was $75. I'm just going to say 7 silent and send him $5. But he does it with his Finnish accent. It's really funny.
.com. Hey, 303-713-8255. I love when I help somebody get them $500 and they call me up to school me. I mean, come on, man. The cats were there. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole again, though. It's just insanity. Now I'm going to go back to Potty Mouth Neil. Neil, there's certain words we can't say. I assume Dragon had a little conversation. Dragon, did you pick up and tell Neil what he did wrong? Just out of curiosity.
Kelly got him.
So Kelly got him. I hope we didn't have to go over every word you can't say. I would assume people know that. But first, Renew Home Innovations. Listen, these guys are great. They have the most beautiful porcelain sheets for a brand new shower wall, and this stuff is no maintenance, not low maintenance, but no maintenance. They have a huge inventory. They can come in and redo that shower in 1 day. In 1 day, they have rapid installation. Most of the material is in stock, but the stuff that isn't, of course, it's going to take longer. You get a free shower door right now, but they're worth giving a call, absolutely for sure, to get a bid on that shower. 303-904-2000. Or renewhomeinnovations.com. You can always find them on a referral list at referrallist.com. All right, Neil, potty mouth, you're not going to say anything else, right?
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. So Waste Connections, you couldn't get them to pick up a full dumpster.
Right.
And basically they called you up because you've been a customer for 20 years, and they're like, what can we do for you? So instead of just sending a truck out and actually taking care of the problem, so where did it go from there?
Well, I canceled my account.
Okay.
Right? They sent me a payoff, $905.19.
So it's a commercial deal.
Commercial 2-yard dumpster.
Yep.
Okay. And so I paid it within the time frame.
You paid the $900, okay?
All right.
Yep.
Paid the $900. Wanted them out of my life.
Yep.
I've never seen a company.
I get it.
So anyway, I get a bill in November.
For what?
For $44. They never picked up the dumpster. They came better after I canceled than ever they had the 20 years. They just came and
wait, this is crazy. You bought your way out of the contract. You did everything the agreement said, right?
Everything. It says that I should 90 days send them a certified letter. I sent them a certified letter with the check at the time I canceled it.
Got it. But what are they saying now? What is the 44 for? And just out of curiosity, is the dumpster still sitting there full, or the new company emptied it?
No, they came and they dumped it a week later.
Oh, but didn't take it.
They didn't take it.
That's a different truck, though.
I got another dumpster right next to them.
Yeah.
From another company.
Yeah.
The same month.
Yeah.
They came every 2 weeks and picked up that dumpster. It was totally empty.
Yeah. Okay. So now they want $44, but even so, when are they gonna come get that dumpster?
I had to move the dumpster in October because I built.
Okay. Well, I don't even care why. Where'd you move it to?
I just moved it around the backside of my shop.
Okay. So if they come to get it, are they going to claim that they came to get it, but it wasn't there?
Well, here, I called them on the 20... Let me see.
Hey, Neil, let's just skip to this. How can we help you right now? It's not over. Is it over the $44, or is it over them picking up the dumpster?
No. Then I got a bill in December for $108. No.
Go ahead, Dimitri, go. And the reason I'm going to Dimitri, honestly, he's in the biz.
All right, Neil. So you canceled your service and sent them a check for the cancellation fee. What month?
Yep.
What month?
That was in April.
Okay. And then the next time you heard from them was you got a $40 bill in October.
In October.
And the damn dumpster's still there.
And what was that bill for?
I don't know what you'd call it.
Well, I mean, does it say there's a line item? Does it say for dumpster rental or late fee or what?
Let me see here.
Let's do this. I got to take this break. I want to put you on this.
I can talk to him. I'll talk to him off the air.
Talk to him. So listen, Neil, let's do this. I want you to give all the information to Kelly. She's going to email it over to Dimitri. and he's going to get on it. He's going to help you and work through this, but he's going to need to know the answer to that $44 question.
And the $106 question.
Yeah, and if we can't get through to him or change anything, I've got other means of doing it, but let's go through possibly the proper channels first and hope this fell through the cracks. Jay, Milton, Craig, you're next. God, this fire, dude, it is like literally living in the news cycle.
There's a video of a guy from inside his house, and the house is surrounded with fire. Like you can't get out.
I saw that video we're talking about the bulldozer. It was insane.
It's like apocalyptic.
There's multiple different ways to buy window coverings. I'm going to tell you, if you're lucky enough to live in the Denver metro area and most of the Front Range, I want you to call these guys at Made in the Shade. And I'm going to tell you why. They're going to come out. They're going to do the measurements. They're going to talk to you about what you want. Probably more important. Maybe you want a soft treatment, including something like a conventional drape. Maybe you want shades. Maybe you want room darkeners or shutters or high-tech roller shades or an awning. It doesn't matter. If it covers a window, these guys have it, and they do the best job out there. What I really like is they come out, help you pick out the product, and make sure everything's going to match in the house the way you want to do it. They do all the measurements. Then they order the product. It comes in. They install it. In fact, Dragon, you had these guys do yours. In fact, he saved more money going with these guys than going with these big companies out there that don't do any of that. All they do is make you measure, make you do your own installation. They just ship you the product and help it works out. And Deputy Doc, they did your entire new place, right? I mean, they did every window in there.
Not only that, but there was a little crack in one of the windows.
Yeah.
They came and replaced the whole thing without question.
Without question. So right. Just under warranty. What a great company. Listen, there's multiple ways to buy these. I mean, you can go to Walmart and buy shades for that, and I'll tell you what, they probably compete with Walmart in pricing as well. But Made in the Shade, I'm going to give you this phone number, and just call them up. They'll come right out to you, 720-458-6566, 720-458-6566. If you couldn't write it down, remember, all the great people we talk about, including Made in the Shade, can be found at referralist.com. Joseph A. Lazare is an attorney I hope you never need. He's a criminal defense attorney. My goodness, here's the bottom line. Maybe you got popped with a DUI, maybe domestic violence, maybe an altercation in a bar. I mean, pretty much you name it. If it's criminal, it happens, and you're in trouble, and you need the best representation you can possibly get. That's Joseph A. Lazare. Over 10 or 15 years we've been talking about him. We hear from his clients how great he is. If you're guilty, here's the bottom line. He knows all the DAs, knows all the judges. He can work the best deal out there. They respect him. And if you're innocent, he can get in front of a judge or jury and fight his butt off and try to get you acquitted 100%. This guy will listen to you. Some stuff like DUIs, he actually does flat rate pricing. If you're going to go at it yourself, you're absolutely insane. You're crazy to do it. If you're up against a criminal charge, you want to call Joseph A. Lazare, please put this number in your phone because things can happen. Put the number in your phone, 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200, Joseph A. Lazare. We got to get him in again.
Hey, Kelly.
I'd love to get Lazare.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Ryan was going to take a picture. I want a picture of that guy's
I got it. I'll
profile.
send it right to you.
Just so I have that. That guy kind of sent a threat.
Oh, what was it?
I'll tell you about it later.
No, tell me about it now. What is it?
He's just like, you want me to read it? I've been listening to you guys since I was a kid, and I got to say, Tom would never disrespected me like that. The way that you did, you are very disrespectful individual, and what comes around goes around when you take the side of corporate over the little guy and don't listen to hear me out.
that just shows me what kind of person you are. You don't give a shit about the little guy, and that's fine because I'm going to protest. I'm going to make sure that I do everything I can to make you realize you can't disrespect people like that and put me in a position where I can't even have my voice. That's bullshit, and there will be consequences because I will do everything I can in my power to make sure that you are held accountable for your actions.
What a jerk.
Well, that's a threat.
Yeah, well, it's borderline.
This is the cat guy. I mean, he's freaking,
Send
this
it
is
to me.
Luigi Mangione shit right here. I mean, God bless.
Send it to
riding
me.
in the elevator with Mark.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm hired a bodyguard, dude.
Suzanne, send it to me.
Okay, I am.
Question for you.
I've already
If you say on the air,
It's in
I
your.
don't give a shit's creek what you do. Would that get
The sad thing is the guy just doesn't
That's
realize
totally
that
up
he's
to
already
him.
been helped.
Mark, it's in your inbox already.
Oh my God.
And then I have a screenshot of it from his Facebook. I'm going to look the bozo up.
I just sent you a second one,
Thank
Suzanne.
you. I appreciate
And I'm
that.
going to the bathroom.
Okay. Poor Kelly.
Thanks.
Sometimes it just, just keep
no
on
idea.
the edge. And one thing just triggers.
I know.
Oh, here he is. I found
she
him.
just stepped away to go to the bathroom and they were looking.
Dang.
All my friends know the low rider.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if I see him.
Can you imagine what the insurance rates are going to be in California next year?
Well, at least this is the best armed room in the building. So
I love it.
The best what?
the best armed room in the building. So he comes in through that door. What was it? A couple of days ago, we had like 4 CCW. Everybody's passing out their licenses. Except Suze.
She had one. She did. She went through the class years ago.
Kid isn't the same.
They make me. You haven't heard the story yet. I had a guy come in our house with a gun in 2006. So
Being chased by the cops.
Being running from the cops, and I was home alone on my son's birthday. Mark was at a baseball. It was very scary. So they make me nervous. I just hire. He's my bodyguard.
I think I was the only one that didn't have one.
What?
Dimitri.
We were in a
You
cul-de-sac.
didn't
Our
have one?
garage door was open. He just came right in.
CCW.
And I didn't know if he was there for a personal reason or if he was there for Mark. It was very scary.
Oh, it's terrifying.
So it was just like, I'm just like uneasy around guns now. But I love that. I love that every other people have them around me that I trust.
On Monday, we had 4 in here.
Yeah, everybody but me, right?
Were you here?
I just have a gun. I don't want to carry it around with me. So I'm happy just keeping it at home.
If you ever need it, you say, hold on a sec, I'll be right back. And you to run home real quick.
He's going to make a complaint to the Better Business Bureau. Oh, my God.
Oh, are you still in communications with him?
No, it was just screenshots.
This is a screenshot on his...
Oh, he wrote more.
Oh, God. Oh, this guy's a nutcase. Look how much he wrote.
30K How.
All right, look at here, Bobby Ross. This is going straight over to the cops. He's the guy I was just talking about with the vehicle that I couldn't get through his head. They sold it with the cat, and he was trying to say there was no cat. It doesn't matter. Look, man, you can say whatever you want, but the threats go directly over to the DA. You just already blew it there, bro. I don't know what else to say. You're crazy. You're going to end up in big trouble over this. So I'm sorry I hurt your little feelings, and I'm sorry you're crying in your soup or your beer or whatever you're drinking at 155. But the bottom line, my friend, is I got you $500 from that dealer you would have never have gotten, and I also told you can go to Wyoming and get those cats for half the price. So if you want to threaten me, not only on Facebook, by email, the cops are going to end up with it, you big jerk. That's the way it goes. You know what? You want to be an ass, be an ass. You're going to end up paying the price for it, you jerk. But he's never going to listen again, so I'm sure he doesn't hear me right now. Boy, I'd love to bet on that one. How many people say they never listen and tune in like I am gospel? How many? The more they hate me, the more they listen. Any contractor out there I've gone after, they're glued. You're glued. You got to be careful, bro. You don't put threats in writing, you dummy. You dummy. And we know exactly who you are. 100%. Now, 303 Martino, remember that number works on and off the air. 303 Martino. On top of that, you can always email help@troubleshooter.com. We get directly involved. If you've been listening to the show, you understand that 100%. Now, Milton had an issue with a motorhome. Hey, why do you have Milton on hold for me? I'll do this. I'll go to the update with Craig. Craig, the last update I heard, you texted me or emailed me in the last, I don't know, couple days that the transmission was coming in.
Yes.
Did it come in?
Yes. The thing is that's the first thing they diagnosed back in...
Craig, I understand. Trust me, I don't have time to recap it, but the thing you wanted done at the very beginning was the transmission that was under warranty. They sold you everything else in the world that didn't fix it. Did the transmission fix it?
No, now they're putting in another rebuilt transmission.
Oh, my God, I'd get it out of there. I mean, how many... I can't believe how bad this dealership is. Hold on, man. Just make sure he calls back tomorrow. We're going to lead the show off with Arapahoe Kia. You know what, Arapahoe Kia? I gave you the benefit of the doubt, but that guy's car's been down there 2 or 3 months. Just everybody tune in tomorrow. It's going to be the Arapahoe Kia Show.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
This month and every month, we remember the over 66 million babies whose lives have been senselessly sacrificed on the altar of abortion. Surely, the left doesn't understand the repercussions of a land that takes the blood of the innocent. And that should only motivate us more to save more babies and their moms. Preborn is a network of clinics, and they fight every day to save more babies and more moms. To date, they've rescued over 300,000 babies' lives by introducing a mom to her child on an ultrasound. That baby's chance at life doubles. Preborn showers moms and babies with God's love and assistance for up to 2 years. So when they shout abortion, we shout life. Let's save more babies this year than last. One ultrasound is just $28, and only $140 will help rescue 5 babies. All of the gifts are tax deductible. So donate securely. Dial pound 250. Say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby. Or go to preborn.com/Beck. Preborn.com/Beck. Sponsored by Preborn.
Joining the conversation is one thing.
Thank you for taking my call.
Taking my call. But when doing so gets difficult, there's the talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app.
Oh, cool.
How's that work?
Just tap, record, and send all within the app.
I was hoping maybe you'd listen to me for just a quick second.
We the people will always find a way.
Because everyone's
There's
voice
dragons.
counts.
We are still going to make that
There's
attempt.
Kelly.
We're going
Kelly,
to get out
say
there and be
hi.
heard.
On Denver's talk station,
Yes, I did.
630 KHOW.
Let's see if we can
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
This is a special report from ABC News. California wildfires. I'm Michelle Franzen. Fire crews say they cannot keep up with 4 major wildfires burning in Southern California, driven by hurricane-force wind gusts and bone-dry conditions. The Palisades fire, just outside of Los Angeles, now the most destructive in Los Angeles city history. At least 1,000 homes and buildings destroyed. The loss overwhelming for residents who fled and are hearing there's little or nothing left of their homes.
I just called my first neighbor who's our best friend and lost his home, and all that's left is a chimney.
President Biden issued a disaster declaration after getting briefed on the historic firestorm. LA City Fire Chief Kristen Crowley.
It's an active firefight with our firefighters, and they're doing their very best to protect our people within this area.
At least 2 deaths confirmed. Schools and